lane, but just when it comes to team fights, just press R, and a College Shroud is genuinely useless. It's so rough for her because you
the fudge happened
need that
yesterday.
ability to play.
What is this?
So I thought it was really smart, and Quid pulled it off. I thought TL was very smart with their drafts, like you were saying, because I think they kind of just went for the route of, okay, FlyQuest is kind of this wild card team. We don't really know what they're going to pick. They do like to get, you know, pretty crazy with their drafts, which, I mean, I think FlyQuest did some cool stuff, like the Game 3 draft, flexing Rumble. I didn't expect that.
Other cool flex,
their final comp looked a little bit sketchy, honestly.
Let me get my shit in order because I have no idea who I am.
I feel like they way overcooked.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. That's something that can happen. And I will say, when I played, I would always be more on the TL side of things when it.
Oh shit, he had to go in bios, dude. That's way worse than me.
EDG took had to be in preparation here for maps like Pearl and
League of Legends and I think
doesn't even have it for it now with a flash and a replay. How the hell have they found a win in the series already? You cannot afford. He's got to be another player. This is all fake.
You could see that they
Alright, I hate all of you. Well, I didn't mean that. Maybe I did.
Cook.
Why'd I pause that bit? Anyway, London match, baby.
A ton of
Who's pun? Why are you showing me stupid shit?
So he'll have
Genji T1 tonight.
Compared to like if
7 p.m. So.
and Azir are in the meta, he adds them, but he's never like amazing at them. If we're really,
you want to watch the walkouts, I guess. Over it. Is that Ed Sheeran?
Hello, ASU! And hello,
where's my garbage can? Apparently we're in Arizona. Yo, what am I watching?
The team had a slow start to 2026.
Where the fudge are we?
Grand Fires and say they, but
C9 chokers.
chasing an international
What the fudge is happening?
appearance denied for so long.
Where's Arizona at even?
Today we'll see
Arkansas?
2 teams take to the stage.
Not bad. What the fudge is happening?
A great team consists of, first, really good individual players and really good team.
Arizona looks like shit, man.
To have one without the other.
Oh, way to shut me up,
Make
holy.
it happen in the big moments.
In the desert.
Ultimately, that's the difference between just a good team and a great team.
Gosh, the heat must be grueling there.
Team that everyone's willing to.
Why people even live there, man? You gotta move north, more north, man.
Do anything to win the game.
I'm tired of summer, man. We only have like 4 months of summer here.
Many different ways, and
Or
you
no.
can never really predict how.
June, July, August. What comes after August? May?
We are one of them.
September. So we have like 3 to 4 months of in summer. So May is technically like spring still. You know what place sounds nice? Churchill. If I had all the money in the world, I would either move to Oregon or Churchill.
Great team, but not all of them are. A lot of people try to copy us. I can tell the way they're playing that they are trying, but I think it just ends on trying.
Going to this final, I think we are the underdog, which I like it. Wherever you go to the final, you want to be the kind of underdog mindset. We have nothing to lose. They do.
It's kind of weird watching this every day, knowing that Mundo Jungle has a 0% chance, or maybe like the same chance as like what? I mean, we saw Udyr, bro. Oh no, we didn't. You guys didn't watch LPL with me. LPL Game 5 final, they went Udyr, Vi, and Bessa. Top jungle mid.
Won their first championship. Aizen Lion, I won for them as well. At this point, I feel like
I think there's just too many good junglers nowadays. With the Neferi and Lee Sin buffs.
He definitely has had My number in
And
C9
Trundle for
we haven't
Zinza.
been able to beat him in the high stakes games, but if we win this finals and we keep winning, we'll be able to rewrite history.
Let's see how many I can think of.
Every team
Things that come to mind is Lee Sin.
Really
You have Trundle.
You know, he's multiple time MVP.
You have Zin.
Proven winner,
It's
and
T.
it's really easy to just follow behind him. And no, you have a high
Zin,
chance
you have
of
it
making the right
J4.
play.
You have Nefiri.
There wouldn't be many junglers in the league that could lead the team like I do.
Sorry, I was itching my nose. You have Vi.
I don't know if he got cocky,
We see
but it's my job
Maokai a
to
lot.
read the game and make him humble.
I think one player can make a team a great team.
So a game of
championship team,
5,
and I think I'm a good example
10
of that.
junglers need to be picked. That's 7. Who else do we see? Artisan. Who's Inspired like to play? I'm kind of out of meta junglers, aren't I?
Ladies and
Try and look it up.
welcome to Tempe,
Just give me a.
Arizona
I don't know if I want to get spoiled.
Spring
How much
Finals.
sorrow
We've been
can I
talking about
take?
it all split long, and now we're finally here.
That's just
It's
badly,
finally
bro.
time, and we have to find our final representative.
I
to
forgot
go to
about Wukong.
MSI and to go to
Yeah,
the
here.
finals tomorrow.
Wukong, Nocturne.
Stakes on the line right now, Flowers.
Two teams ready to play. Only one gets to
The
go
Fury,
forward.
we
The
said.
Battle of the Blue.
We've seen
Here with
some
C9
Shyvanas.
going up against TL. This best of 5.
We've seen some Shyvanas.
Neither can I. All right, right into draft then. Going to be
The
really
Aatrox is
important
rare, you
on
don't really
this
see
one.
it.
Vulcan on your screen there previously.
The
MVP
Kha'Zix, sometimes I've
winner.
seen game
Yes, sir.
5
Super
Kha'Zix.
excited for him versus Core JJ. You know, Bard and Karma
These are all the
very
dudes
highly
you would see
prized
before
as these,
Trundle, by the way.
support
You have
champions, so
Skarner.
do expect those to get some priority as well in the
You have
picks and
Sedge.
bans. Karma already on the
Game
list.
5 Sedge is really big. I
We'll
don't know why
see
I
as they
increased
go
my pen there.
through. The Orianna being banned here. Now, you know Ryze, as far as mid lane champions,
Poppy
also
you
gonna
have.
be super highly priced, especially
Poppy
for Team
Flex.
Liquid, especially for Quid. Has been one of the really big
Jace.
picks for him. There you
Inspired
go as
likes
well.
his
The Bard
Jace.
also off the table. We'll see about that mid lane too.
Yep, 3 out of 4 bans here at the start of things. Focused on that bottom side, getting rid of those.
You really
powerful
see
supports like you're talking
Qnara.
about.
Pantheon's the
Removing
last to
Varus,
put here.
Orianna just that staple ban, and there's some respect.
There's
right
all
now
the
from
junglers
C9,
I would
paying
actually
out the
expect to see
Akali,
before
making
Mundo.
sure that TL can't just slam
All
that
the
down.
junglers I would expect to see
Definitely
Mundo.
agree with that
So first of
respect.
all,
I mean,
we have
already
like,
in
if you're going
game
into game
one,
5,
without any fear
you
of
already
hands
have like
down,
8
because Quid
selected.
has already shown he's willing to blind pick it, or at the
So you
very
have
least, the
all of
coaching
these
staff
to
is,
fall
and he
into
will
still.
perform on it. So,
And
the
then let's
Cassio
just
key is
say
very
like
interesting
each
because
side
he
bans
is
6
not only
junglers,
one
right?
of APA's
J4,
main, like,
Nefiri,
champions that he
Pantheon,
plays. He doesn't play a
Vi,
ton of hard
Maokai,
carry mid
Wukong.
laners. That
You
is one of
still
them,
have
but it
Nocturne.
also really opens up that
Shout out
rise I was
Nocturne.
talking about with the
And Shyvana.
Orianna and the Cassiopeia band out here.
I think
You
it's
may be
actually
now leaning
like
even more
impossible
heavily towards
unless
that
it just
rise.
fits like the
Nocturne's a
team
good early
comp.
pick because it can shut down pretty much any type of side lane champs that you're looking for later.
Like Ryze.
Like Ryze. And it combos really well with like
That's not
Nico,
even talking about, like,
engages and
counter
stuff like
picks
that, so you
into
can do
Mundo.
some, attacking of side
Like
lanes and also
Alistar.
look for some hard engage.
Well, it looks like Team Liquid are not afraid of that Nocturne
And like a
pressure.
Nivea.
They're in the side as they will first pick the Rise for themselves after removing the Ori and the Cassiopeia.
And Nivea is
like
kind
we
of
already
weird
talked
because Trundle
about.
gets like good scaling.
What do they want to compliment it with? I don't know.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't know if the Yumi's gonna get you the
Where
most
do you see the
popular
patch?
reactions here.
Yumi got a little buff.
Bro, these bans you'll see. You'll see these bans forever, bro. The Varus, Karma till the patch. The Orisa, that's what patch we're on. The Bard. The Cassio.
Great champion to respond to heavy and powerful dive. Usually when you see Nocturne, he's going to have at least 1 or 2 other buddies to dive in with him. So very early on, Team Liquid's going to say, you know what?
This is
we
weird.
don't want Yawn to be under that level of pressure, so you draft something.
Lucian Milio? Is Lucian Milio actually good? Because I haven't seen like 0 of it.
Did should play against
Ash
Lion.
Seraphine
Lion
better.
used the Nocturne plus Silas engage to actually
You just do the recon.
one-shot that Xayah and take it down, get the engage that we're looking for. But here we go. The Ash Seraphine does come out into
I like this
the
comp from
Xayah
a C9.
recon. So Cloud9, not only is the Ash Seraphine
You
very
remember
strong,
that
especially
Fly
when you can play
quest?
through that
No,
bomb side
sorry.
early on, and gives you the
Shopify
jungle
Rebellion.
vision with the hawk shot.
That dude
Taking
did that
for
dude
one
get
here,
fired? That
fearlessly
coach needed to
fans
be
it out
fired.
For the rest of the entire series against Team Liquid, that is very valuable, as this is one of the teams that has played it the most.
Now, one of the things I will be looking at, though, whenever we talk about Seraphine, we always talk about how she likes to have bruiser buddies. Xin Zhao's commonly a champion that's used as a great example, that goes in, gives her something to fire the Encore through. Now, yes, Nocturne goes in, but he goes in like a ballistic missile 2,000 miles away.
Sometimes he can't follow up.
Yeah, sometimes the Encore doesn't quite reach the seats up in the nosebleeds, you know what I mean? So I want to see what else they're going to draft to help make sure this Seraphine and Ashe combination can perform effectively. But over on the Team Liquid side, considering their opponents haven't locked their mid laner, Annie has been one of APA's most played the whole split. They don't want him playing that in game one.
Dude, AP sucks ass and he's out of a fucking job at the end.
Really good,
I don't know how you can draw if you can draw people like mid-season. What's a season in League, really?
For Cloud9, it's one of the big differences between the mid laners. Quid looking for more DPS, more hard carry, and APA looking for hard engage a lot of the times, a lot of those styles of champions. So still some options available to him. And since jungle has not been answered, they're going to try and take down on Jose's champion. The question
They'll
is,
probably just ban
are
another
you gonna
mid
ban
here.
the Lee Sin so here by Cloud9?
Or the
Even with
Ziggs.
the little,
Oh yeah,
little
he won
nerfs
the
that Lee
Ziggs,
Sin
I
did
forgot.
get, got a little, a
Probably
couple
just
little
his in,
damage nerfs.
right?
Still very good though after the changes that he got, especially with Safeguard, really jumping him up in priority. And Jose is so extremely good on the Lee Sin.
But I also really
The
like this
Gnar.
Jarvan band. You're already playing
Yeah.
Ashe Seraphine. They're very low mobility. Cataclysm can be
I don't know why you
punishing.
ban the
Jose's
Gnar.
no
They're
stranger to
picking
that champ, so it makes
top
sense
last.
for C9 to ban it away. They will also target the Gnar, keeping that one out of the top lane pool, as Team Liquid throws over the APA respect band towards the Ziggs. That can be really annoying for something like
Think he
Rise,
just
who's
goes
very
in here,
powerful,
no?
but limited in terms of range, so they do not want that to
The
be the
Lee
mid lane
Sin, too.
matchup they're dealing with. And sure enough, you talk about it, they don't ban it, so Jose's happy to pilot the Lee Sin here in game one.
There you go.
Rumble.
They pick it up. He doesn't care about the small damage nerfs to the champion. Still pick it up. It has so much utility, and
Scion.
especially, you know, Ashe and
We forget about the
Seraphine, they
Scion.
have a lot of mobility, so
Scion
very
and Nivea.
oftentimes get into good kicking positions with that champ. Here we go, though, locking down the team fight. Very solid 5-on-5 for
I like
Cloud9.
C9's comp.
Rounding out their comp with both a Scion
But
and an Nvidia
TLs look
gives
good,
it
too.
So many things. You have super beefy frontline, another person like you were looking for to bounce your Seraphine ult off.
Yes, sir.
Very easy to find, a big old Scion in front. And Nvidia gives you a ton of wave clear.
The
It's a
hen.
good matchup into the Rise. Very, very common. And we'll see. Okay,
I
there's
like
the hen
Zahen as a
answer,
champ.
up on the top side here for Morgan once again, as he's been able
Winner
to
goes to
before.
MSI, keep that in mind.
And brought into this one to jump into the middle of fight just creates so
You're not
much
getting a
chaos.
rail
This
jungle,
guy
you fucking
is a
retard.
problem if he cannot be immediately bursted down, and I don't see a ton
think
of
Moon's
extreme
jungle is
burst
more
on the
ahead
C9
of the
side.
rail
Generally, I feel
jungle.
like if you're Nocturne, you're going to be looking for the Rise.
Maybe
and
talk to
Xayah.
Shopify for
So
that.
I'm curious how well Morgan will be able to pilot this into Thanatos on that Scion, being that big front line. I also want to see how much value APA gets out of his Anivia walls. Since it's such a unique ability, generally you think mid laners, you think damage, you think playmaking. You don't think building a little ice wall, but that little ice wall can create so many opportunities in fights, especially when you have tools like the Ashe to shoot an arrow at somebody with the only path they can escape through, something like that. Throw Scion in there, lots of opportunities. Who are you giving the edge to? Game number one.
This one is very close. I like both sides. You know, the Cloud9 side is very
Why are the
solid,
casters
very
there?
more damage on the TL side, but it does require some more execution.
Okay.
I don't think this is an actual, like,
I
you know
like
what I
the Lee
mean?
Sin angle. I wanna see
There's like a
what he's gonna
concert
cook early.
stage, which I
Okay,
think
let's
most
see
people
if
do
Jose
nowadays.
can get something cooked
But
up
like
here in the
LCK,
jungle
that
on
is
that
not
Lee
like
Sin.
concert stage, no way.
C9 versus
Why
TL.
technically like all of these are
Game
concert
number
stages now.
one to kick off this
Ah,
best
this
of
reminds me of
five.
like
A
Dota
spot in
2,
MSI, a spot in
the way the
finals
stage
tomorrow,
is
both
just
on the
simplified.
line here for the winner of this series, as already Jose Diodo going to receive first auto attack. Not quite first blood, but you know, APA is sending a message.
Sending a message indeed, as he very often does early in games, but usually it's through the typing. APA,
we'll
by the way, by the way, last time he did play the Anivia, you know, he solo killed Saint in this exact matchup. So
that's not what I expected from the typing.
Yeah, so we started out here good, clean, good luck, have fun.
Just some good old
Recon heal.
League of Legends.
Oh no, that was an
Down here on
exam.
the bottom side, Sven and Vulcan on the Ashe Seraphine.
He'll use it now.
This duo has been so
oh, he
oppressive
did use it.
for
It's
so
just
long
delayed.
in this split, and I feel like a lot of times teams have struggled to come up with answers for how to survive the early pressure. And you can see right there, Sven and Vulcan just slamming these early trades.
Yeah, lots
who
of
is Recon and who is Zyra?
In bottom lane and in mid lane, you could tell the health bars there going pretty low. So when it is really, really volatile like this, having a lot of heavy trades in both mid lane and bottom lane gives you a lot of opportunity for jungle creativity. And we're
we could do one of two things. We could play some Valorant for like 5 hours,
defensive wards up here, and
or we could
they have Nocturne on a full clear down towards the bottom side.
suck my cock.
Have that ward on blue buff. So
sorry,
they
that was
know
uncalled
that
for. I
Lee Sin
don't know if that
started
was
on this red side quadrant, and Jose is actually going to go for the early recall here to get what I would assume would be a longsword start here to get some extra damage and go on up to the top
I forgot
side.
my train of thought.
Cloud9, as we said, with that ward on blue
We
buff,
finished
will know
Kingdom
that's been a
Condolence,
long
yeah.
time, and he has not done a standard timing for his early clear up to the top side.
And speaking of
I feel like cannons don't give as much money anymore.
That level 1 trade, he had to go all the way back to Fountain. All he got was a control ward in his
Used
inventory.
to them giving like 100
not
gold.
exactly the start to the lane that Team Liquid would like to have down here in the bot side 2v2s. Sven,
I don't like TL's fucking players anyway. Morgan's cool. Quid's cool. Jose, I know some things about.
Morgan has control over this lane here early, but that's what you'd expect.
There's a lot that goes into this series, as we've been saying leading up to this week. A lot of pressure.
ESM ruled with double left and now Bjergsen. I forgot about that.
Cloud9 and Team Liquid. These are the organizations that have represented us the most of any org in North America's history. 13 appearances for Cloud9 and 10 for Team Liquid. Very important to these legacy organizations, their owners, their fans, their players.
Yeah.
And so a lot riding on this best of 5.
The last time North America made an MSI final, that was Team Liquid getting us there. The last time that North America made World Semifinals, that was Cloud9 getting us there. These are not just the teams that go the most, these are the teams that also go the furthest when it comes to that international competition. And you know they've got to be hungry to get back there. For Cloud9, this has just put them
We made one final appearance, bro.
Spot. And for TL, it breaks the second place tie with TSM.
Yeah, and there's even further stakes on the line because Team Liquid, they replaced APA with Quid, and so extra.
Why did they not? Why did they not commit to that? Look how dog shit this dude is.
APA taken low. He's sent into the egg, but he gets underneath the turret. That egg's not taking a ton of damage here just yet, but it does take enough. It's first blood to Jose.
Like what are we talking about? Like they had Quid instead of App on C9, and you're telling me we're here now.
They know that he cleared bottom side first, but he did that recall.
Honestly, I feel good about Lion. Dukla has really settled. Dukla has really settled into really good top laner. Isles has been disgusting. The ADC, I forget his name, Berserker, right? Yeah. Berserker has been really good. Mid lane Saint has been really good. If I'm confident about anyone, it's like a Lion. It's probably just Lion, because Inspired is just such a strong play.
In game number 1, Flowers, first blood in mid lane, solo bolo in top lane. The early stage is going quite well for this Team Liquid squad, and their solo laners are both damage heavy carries here. So your side lanes will be interesting since Cloud9 are running the Nocturne and Blabber has been farming up, looking for his level 6, you know, fairly soon. But we'll see what that ends up looking like later on. Cloud9, of course, they're pushing bottom lane again, so they should be able to do the dragon, no problem, even after mid got killed. Jose, though, look at that Lee Sin on the minimap, wrapping around. He was looking for a little bit of action mid, but
why are you putting Jinxie as the biggest? You got double lift, Faux Belter, and they put Jinxie up there.
And as we wait to see where the action happens,
I do
next,
just
make
play
sure
to
tune into the
fucking
grand
work and
finals
suck ass.
tomorrow, where drops will be active on Twitch. You can watch the series on the official LCS channel or any eligible co-streamer to earn a Glorious Champion capsule.
What is the point of a Glorious Champion capsule?
So make sure you remember to tune
Like, didn't for this tournament, didn't they give a whole ass skin to you? What is this is LCS.
Fight their way to another title, to the opportunity to represent at MSI as that #1 seed. As C9 are starting up the Dragon now. Blabber level 6 on the Nocturne. Here's your immediate Grim Deliverance from Morgan up in the top side just to maintain more control over the wave and force Thanatos back. Blabber and the rest of C9 will not be challenged just yet here with the Dragon. They've already secured the objective. CoreJJ and Yawn are approaching on the flank, but C9 is already out of danger.
All right, Cloud9 sticking to the plan. Stick to the script. Stack those Dragons. You are a team fighting draft here. You have a very solid 5-on-5 for later. So you get these Dragons early, be able to stack them, be able to draw the Team Liquid squad to you to a front-to-back team fight. Make use of your Ashe Seraphine. We'll see if that will be effective. Of course, Cloud9, they do have some other options. You know, Sion Ultimate, very good for some of these rotations between objectives, between side lanes, as well as the Nocturne. And so we'll see if they end up getting some picks with the Ashe Arrow or some of those extra ultimates. And Blabber trying to remain consistent in farming here on Nocturne is the most important thing. Keep your farm up. Keep the pace up.
How is this? Oh yeah, he did his Cam
also
Spirit. I forgot about that.
And we'll see. He's
What happens? Like, is the scuttle?
He
Whoa!
ulti,
I need to wake up. Does the scuttle act as a control ward? Like, if I put a ward here, will it just scan it?
Next clear.
I do always want to see those first Nocturne ultis be effective, right? That early cooldown is so annoying if you don't get the play that you're looking for. So the decision-making from Blabber will be under the magnifying glass here a little bit.
Yeah, and he's got almost 1,500 gold in inventory. For early game, that's a lot for junglers because it does affect your clear a lot. So that's why I think after he finishes up with this next re-clear down to his...
What the fudge is Nocturne's items?
Maybe he'll go for the
Voss!
to purchase before
What is this items
out,
from Nocturne?
Unless an opportunity arose that was too juicy to pass up, and
Something's not adding up,
at
bro.
least a summoner spell on bottom side, but they are unable to grab anything.
Yep, the confidence in Yawn and CoreJJ to be able to just get out of the line of sight there from Sven on the Ashe, dodge away from the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Vulcan's going to go ahead and take his...
I still don't understand how junglers become off meta. How is Mundo off meta?
And now,
like, he gets one small nerf. His clear got nerfed by what? 10 seconds? Does anyone remember my best clear time on Mundo?
Go ahead and take the opportunity to grab those buffed up Void Grubs.
Yeah, Void Grubs for the Ryzen Zehen especially. See if
it is really good.
Ends up meaning anything, as they did.
It was like a 33 clear.
The value that they
Blue Star.
do to towers. Morgan with some pretty consistent harassment on
yeah,
the
you
top
can
side.
notice the
However,
clear on the blue buff start. You have to get in like a couple more auto attacks. The Raptors, the E goes through it. You got to do more.
Never really set him behind in terms of his ability
you got to do more to it.
Have presence there and make sure that he doesn't.
Gromp is the same. Wolves are kind of the same.
From the minions.
Yeah, they're making
are they the same?
The,
I don't know. The way you do wolves now is you queue the big one. This is a queue, by the way. Queue the big one, auto E the small one, through the big one. Auto, Q the big one. Auto, E. And then one more Q, I'm pretty sure.
They're losing a lot mid right now.
And then red is easy and Krugs are easy.
And they're really trying to get something out of it. The teleport is eventually used mid, and now they're going to continue to play.
Yeah, because what I remember, you put 2 Qs into Raptors before. But I could be mistaken, you could have put 1. Because I know you Q over the wall, right? And then you walk up, you auto E, small one through the big one. And then I can't remember if you throw the Q over the wall to the red. I'm pretty sure you don't. Because your E won't be on cooldown, right? But I can't remember.
Committed a lot of time up there with 3 people, but thankfully for Team Liquid, they did at least have the teleport for Morgan to then go soak up the
It needs to happen, though.
All right, we've got 10 minutes on the clock, 45 seconds until the second dragon spawns. C9 took the first one without a contest from TL. Do you think that TL is going to be interested in this second one, or maybe not?
I definitely do think they'll be interested, and Jose, with his Sundered Sky completed,
How does he have that?
will certainly be interested in making a play. He still has his flash on Lee Sin, so next time his ultimate is up for Lee Sin, he is going to look for a play. We'll see. There are some pings around mid lane at the moment for them, but as you see, Blabber's kind of hovering on bottom side right now too. With his Nocturne ultimate cooldown also about to come up. So the patience, the kind of hovering play, the cover here for Blabber. He's waiting for Jose, and they do scout him out now.
All right, we got a lot of champions roaming towards this area.
Here we go. This is the dragon fight you were looking for, Flowers. Team Liquid slowly trying to get some vision. The Scryers.
Yeah, the chance at tech stack are pretty high.
Teleport not ready for either top laner. This is an honest 4v4.
About the same as all the others except Cloud and Plant. Is it Plant or Chem? I'm pretty sure it's Clem. Chem.
Blabber has lost a little bit, but now immediately they fire everything from
looks good for TL.
As C9 has to try to get Blabber out of here. Quid is also very low. Exiting stage left as Yon and CoreJJ have to run. Vulcan and Sven.
Feathers, Flash. Drake goes to C9. Wait, he's still here.
Down to 2000 HP. Jose looking for a little bit more. Wants to get close enough, but C9 trying to keep the Lee out, and they successfully do it. It's C9 stacking Drake number 2, but Jose Dioto's going in. A beautiful kick comes out, but again, it's the Anivia with the egg. Staying alive for now, it's not enough. Blabber falls.
They're going.
APA falls. Team Liquid goes in.
Good Q. What the fuck are you flashing for? What? Jose's very good. I've heard he's like right below Inspire type of shit. He's definitely better than Blabber.
But then when they try and leave the area, Flowers, when they're trying to escape,
it's Mountain.
Jose who strikes out
it's not even that good.
He goes for the
it's good on Scion, but that's it.
Onto the Anivia. They get the extra chase down kill even with the Realm Warp, and he lands the extra Q snipe on this Van.
Why are you flashing? Like, C9 are such a bozos, that's insane. Like, going into Road to First Stand, I actually thought they had Aura. That's why you don't watch LCS groups, bro. You just go straight to playoffs. Oh my gosh, C9 undefeated. They're about to miss another international. And they're gonna either fire their coaching staff, most likely fire Appa. Appa and Sven suck ass, but mostly Appa. Appa is so bad, bro. Oh my gosh, he's awful.
Knock up the Nocturne as well, and so they get the chase down kills.
I don't even know what that flash is.
They thought the job was done, but the job's not done until you get the escape.
They're popping off about it, and the critical thing, those chase down kills you're talking about, at the very end, Sven flashed and still died. Insult to injury there, because this is a champion with no inbuilt mobility. That's a giant target on his back now.
Man, I was in a mood this morning. Or I guess it's 7 p.m., but technically the morning for me.
Far away, so it's not super dangerous, but Jose with the snipe there, another really good Q from him, and they got the Sven kill as well. That is now 5 huge gold lead here. 5 kills to Team Liquid. Huge gold lead for Team Liquid in the early game.
Time we met.
And that is what you need to just completely break
this the last time we saw each other.
5-on-5 setup comp that Cloud9 have. And I've got so much money to work with that Team Liquid. The damage is just going to be, the damage output is just going to be so much higher.
Hey, maybe that's the problem for C9, is it wasn't a 5-on-5, it was a 4-on-4. What happens when Thanatos gets involved? Maybe that's going to be the recipe for success for them, but that's a question that we'll have to answer here in the future, because right now, looks like Blabber's hanging around to see if maybe they can make something happen, but Jose Dioto
just can't stop thinking about my uncle, man.
Continues marching forward. Thanatos waiting with the decimating smash, just throws it down. Jose is immediately ready. If Blabber wants to come in, let him. Jose is already here first. Thanatos losing a lot of HP, charges back in as Blabber's ready to back him up. Thanatos flashes away. Blabber's got the shutdown and Quid's already dead. C9, they make the outplay in the 2v2. CoreJJ shows up, guarantees that Jose won't fall as well, but Vulcan's ready to chase.
They could turn this. Never mind. I thought Zyro was coming up, but no.
C9 strike back immediately bait them in on the top side. They
Good bait. Good. Why is Zyra there? That's for con.
Turn from Thanatos and Blabber
Bro didn't die.
the kills and the objective afterwards.
Who got grubs?
C9
Teal.
make a beautiful outplay there. Thanatos, knowing his limits, tanking up on the Scion, bringing him into a situation that they were not ready. Now Team Liquid using the teleport to bring Morgan back up to the fight here. CoreJJ got to be careful. C9 making their exit, also just going to teleport Thanatos right back towards the top side, reinforce their own lines, and start pushing yet again.
Very good for Cloud9. This time they also get the escape after the big play.
Critically.
Get the kills, get the objective, and to make the getaway. All right, let's take another look. Because this was a TL play that they're... You had Rakan coming too, but Blabber here is just waiting the whole time. Waiting for the turn. And even though they're not in tower range, Santos still gets the turn, ultimate, and then he flashes away to make sure he did not die. Blabber also flashing away from the re-engage. And here comes Vulcan, the MVP. He's going to barely tag on the edge, this ultimate. Jose tries to step out. He thought he was all the way out, but his heel, the edge of your foot there, still in range. And it tags him, and they get the extra kill.
And this is, considering the outcome of that last play, this quote here from earlier in the split is pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, Vulcan literally said, I don't want to live in a world where Jose is MVP. And he made that true by earning MVP himself. Took it away from Jose. And in that last play, also took away his bounty.
Now it's the next Dragon already live on the map. C9 with a 2-0 Drake advantage so far. Means they'll go to Soul Point and really create a serious moment of pressure for TL at every Dragon in the future. TL obviously knows this, so they've got the early setup on the bottom side river. Jose already taking down the Dragon as Morgan makes sure that there's security through the bottom lane entrances to that river. CoreJJ also watching through the enemy jungle. So TL is going to get this one. C9 will just let it go.
Yeah, and meanwhile,
55 years
on
old.
that top tower, so they are getting paid.
Fuck, that's
on
a
the
scary
top side
thought,
of the
man.
map. Meanwhile, play towards mid lane, not going to result in any deaths, but Thanatos farming plates.
Pretty close
I
game
mean,
here
I have
in
34
game
years
one
left of my life.
Penultimate best of 5 here for the spring split. Team Liquid still with that very modest gold lead. The Dragon advantage for C9. The Rift Herald, I still want to see what use we get out of that. I feel like these days you see many more Battle Heralds than you used to, so that might be one of the plays.
It's actually such a fun objective. Definitely so appreciative of the balance team, you know, of the league team making those changes. And turning it into not just any other normal objective that just kind of sits in the pit and you take it and, you know, you get some random buff or whatever.
Like, okay, cool.
Having an active that you can actually use to change team fights or produce a lot of comedy, as we've seen people drive the
Some
Rift
people
Herald.
do not know how to drive it. That's definitely true.
So it's definitely one of the best, you know, changes to objectives I think that they made for, you know, on the season's change. So we'll see what's in the future as well. But currently still holding on to it there for Blabber because, as you say, very popular to use it in team fights.
Think about it.
To be able to get someone out of a bad scenario or even make it engage for yourself.
Right now, looks like everything's just going to take a nice and slow pace for a little bit. Our top laners have switched down there to the bottom side, while the mid laners have been assigned their wave clear duties that AD carries often end up having around the mid game. 19 minutes on the clock means that we've got still over 3 minutes. Hey, we got the FlyQuest guys hanging out in the audience here today. They made their road trip out here, streaming the whole thing the other day to be a part of the finals. Come see what's going on. And now I'm curious, Kobe, where do you think we're getting the next action happening? And even more importantly, who's starting it?
Yeah, I think it's got to be a side lane play here. I mean, you've got a Nocturne in the game, and you have these towers getting to the breaking point on the sides, getting quite low. But as I say that, Lee Sin is hovering mid, and there's about 3-4 pings from Team Liquid. Jose wants an angle for a Lee Sin kick, and you can see the pre-existing ward.
There he goes. Oh, but the Sonic Wave doesn't collide.
Well, that's interesting.
Very, very fortunate for Sven there. You can see Vulcan even fired off the Encore just in case to make sure they couldn't full send.
They were to go, and they were going now.
And now CoreJJ backs away. He even already popped the quickness, ready to follow up on that. So both support ultimates down now.
Yeah, everybody in the game was so ready for this play to pop off in mid. And so they're popping ultimates, but now neither support, as you say, with both Core and Vulcan, using them, kind of expecting the actual engage, but because it didn't happen, Anivia just gets the push top side. I think Rise will get there from most of that wave, but if it is not a cannon wave, gonna drop a few of them and also allow Anivia a little roam.
That's a
There
little
goes
deep.
Blabber with the Herald. Will be a more standard looking Herald.
Yeah, that's about as standard as you can get. You ram
Spell
it into the
shield.
tower and then walk away. So they'll get some play money, but that's about it. Paranoia now down, though, as C9 have found a target. They want to go after Morgan. He goes over the wall there with a grim deliverance, getting himself away for now, but he's already down to 100 HP. And it's 100 too much for C9.
Nocturne flash. Sign flash.
Says not today.
They get him out. They get the
Nocturne
safeguard.
ult.
They get the kick. They get the peel. Now
Ash
trading
ult.
mid lane
Cyan
for
ult.
top lane at the moment. Rise thriving in the side lane there. Quid is very rich, but mid lane.
Okay.
Appa, you are so reportable.
Can't stay the same as the crystallize. He traps himself on the wrong side of the wall. He can't get away.
Report
from
Appa,
it.
go
Team
next.
Liquid get the enemy mid laner yet again.
Egg down, and that plenty of time for Quid to finish up top side. He's roaming down. He's still
Fuck,
Raptor
man,
as
I
well.
really
The rest
miss
of the
him.
team finishes up the mid lane. So no, not only did Team Liquid get the kill,
I
but
know
they
how
get
to
the top
explain
tower
it now.
and the mid tower here. Now
barely
already
interacted.
Blast in to start the Baron. We're only 20 minutes. 21 and 45 seconds into the game, Flowers. That thing's
I
gonna
don't even
melt.
think we exchanged like
this Baron is
words
already
about our
down to
life.
half HP.
But it's not like
Blabber
that
is
type
hanging
of
around
relationship.
nearby. Control ward over the wall. Team Liquid gonna clear that one out of the way. Control
2
ward
seconds
still
on his
up
ult.
I just
there.
keep thinking back to like the last time we met.
But no, Hosdioto has the secure, and Blabber falls right after. Now you got the realm warp coming in. It's Quinn with the flash into the room prison, and Sven goes straight to jail. Do not press go. Do not collect $200. This man is out of there. And Team Liquid,
I've talked about it before, but the last time we met.
They get the whole damn thing.
That's truly going to break this game open, Flowers. Team Liquid now has
remember
so
him,
much pushing power. They already had the Grubs buff. Now they're going to have the Baron buff.
reaching
Let's
his
take
hand
another
out.
look at that play. You can see in the picture-in-picture they're getting more tower money.
And I'm just so
Blabber's
grateful
ult
they
cooldown
hugged
was
him,
ticking
man.
down to 1 second. It barely ticked over right when the Baron was low enough to go.
All I can think
He was
about is
spamming that
I
to
should
go
have
in
done more.
to try and get the flip. But TL, not only do they get the flip, Flowers, but they get the chase downs as well. So much extra money in addition to the Baron to empower the split push for them. Get some more turret plates, get another dragon for themselves.
Yeah, that timing is so good too, because it's like, okay, we just made 4,000 gold and got the most powerful buff on the map, and the one thing that you wanted to get, your dragon stacking to try to force these future team fights, well, the clock works out that now we get that too. Everything is going Team Liquid's way now. They'll grab the dragon. The bottom lane tier 1 turret finally falls as Jan puts the last little bit of work into that one. And TL still has this Baron for another minute and a half as C9 has to scramble to stop the bleeding.
They certainly do have to scramble. They need to scramble some money together too. For their carries, especially mid and bottom here. Both Quid and Jan, 2,000 gold ahead for Team Liquid with their respective roles, and it is looking very good. Full level for Quid on top
I
of
always
it.
remembered
Jan's
when
got
he
2
walked
full
in the
levels.
room.
So in addition to the 2K gold, the
At a gathering.
experience is also very valuable.
We usually
And
fill
that's
the
not just
room.
Rod of Ages level. They both have Rod of Ages. They're both 10
It's
stacks.
even.
That's a real homegrown level. Nothing made in the Rod of Ages factory. This is the real deal here.
He farmed that out himself.
Yes, sir. Jose Diodo, though, once again,
All I
lurking
can
in the
think about is
brushes.
just
This man has had such a beautiful
go for
game
it,
on
man.
Lee Sin here in this first one. Surely making C9 regret not banning it out there in that second phase. But you allow Jose to play it. He's going to show you why you got to ban it out. Blabber trying to take the tier 2 turret down in the bottom lane while Team Liquid pushes top here, just trying to get something back through the objective bounty, through some kind of a trade. Objective bounties aren't even on the map right now, it looks like, thanks to the UI indicator. But immediately, Core JJ is coming in.
GG.
Sven gets caught. The grand entrance is far too quick. The summoner spell not ready yet from Sven. The flash is still on cooldown. So as soon as core flashes in, it's lights out for the Ashe.
Yeah, Cloud9 a little behind the play because they still have Blabber pushing from bottom, and you know the recall is going to take a while for Cloud9. So Core JJ, he knows he has enough time, and lightning quick with the engage. Flash and ult from Rakan make it happen. They're inside the base, Flowers, and the onslaught is painful here for Cloud9, but TL, they feel like their job is done. They've gotten what they came for.
Well, the one silver lining is that the Baron has fallen off, and since C9 has the Anivia, you mentioned it at the start of the game, this is one of the best wave clear champs in League of Legends, so it does become harder to try to force those inhibitors down in either of the side lanes afterwards. So still just the one inhib game, but things are so far in TL's favor right now. Jose gonna make sure he steals away the blue buff on the way out, just deprive Cloud9 of every possible resource.
Yeah, Jose really having a good opening game here for Team Liquid. The entire team, you know, as well though. Like the escape from
this is a long game.
On the bottom side that we saw. Some good movement as well from Quid. So if Team Liquid coming out here locked in game number 1, Cloud9.
And that's GA on the jungler.
In this series should be a long series here.
I hope so.
We'll see though. They still have the possibility. They're going to try and group up, and as you can see, they're slowly working.
Yeah, it's not going to be long with this dude Appa on the team.
Through, make sure there's some safe area for at least one of their carries to get some income. That is in base right now. I don't think Quid will like realm warp over there on him or anything. That would be kind of wild. We'll see. Team Liquid, they're just going to rotate their 4-1 split push over, meet up with the minion wave, and Jose's done with his Guardian Angel too, so he can go really deep for a play with flash, with kick, with Guardian Angel available.
And I feel like that's a pretty big difference between this third itemization for the junglers. Normally that Guardian Angel is the stock standard item number 3 for AD junglers. This time around, Blabber has gone to Serpent's Fang instead, wants to reduce some of the shielding on the other side. There's quite a lot of shielding to be reduced, I'm not going to lie, but it does mean...
You ever feel like God's trying to tell you something?
9 times out of 10, that's a one-way ticket, and you're not getting up after they knock you down. So 7,500 gold lead for TL. They've already got those last 2 Drakes, and they have total control over the map. Look at this enemy blue buff quadrant from the TL perspective. There are so many.
You know what he's trying to say, but
lit up like a Christmas tree, and it's Team Liquid who are hoping C9 comes around looking for what presents are under there. Because the only presence is Jose Diodo right now, trying again to look for a play. Nope, C9, they've got the buddy system. Everybody gets out safe.
Yeah, they're keeping their carries farming waves
it's
while
like
hovering
God's
around
trying to tell you
basically.
something.
Everybody try and hover around,
and
make
you know
sure
what he's saying.
and APA can still get some income from
you
these
act
minion
stupid.
waves. And then everybody else is kind of watching and waiting and hoping.
Nervously.
Yeah, nervously.
What he's saying is true, but you know it's true.
I don't think get
but
yourself
you still
into any trouble here. You know, it's only going to be number 3 for Team
You
Liquid.
know exactly what you have to do.
It does kind of suck giving over another one, but don't want to
really,
risk
you're just
the
scared.
game at the moment if it's not going to be Dragon Soul just quite yet. So think that we'll still see Cloud9 doing a similar thing, just safely keeping up their farm and not approach this dragon. It's just too dangerous to go out into the jungle, but the Baron's also getting pinged, so maybe you can use this time to rotate your vision over.
Yeah, that dragon dies awfully quickly though. Yawn with the Infinity Edge completed. Those feathers do a lot of damage. APA though, found by the Realm Warp. Yes, he has the Seeker's Arm Guard, but it only buys him a little bit of time. The Grand Entrance finds the knock-up again, and yet again, the egg doesn't matter. Every single time this game that APA has had the egg available, it has not prevented a death. Team Liquid has been setting up these picks in places and in ways to just completely ignore the power of that passive on the Anivia, and now APA's Arm Guard
the fear is
his egg is scrambled. His team trying to hold on.
Fear is never living up to your potential, man.
Because Team Liquid just took their second Baron.
Yeah, Quid and Jose have been cooking them. Absolutely. Now they're taking away the jungle as well together, while the rest of the team.
The fear is not.
And top side. Meanwhile, Blabber's taking away enemy red, and they were split pushing bottom with Thanatos to try and get
the fear is
tiny
not.
Bit of resources right before what might
never
be their
reaching your
final
potential
fight,
is.
Cloud9 need to pray for this base defense.
It's knowing that you can.
Unfortunately for them, APA doesn't respawn in time to save that top lane inhibitor turret or the inhibitor behind it.
Just
their mid lane
terrifying.
inhibitor will at least respawn here in just about 5 seconds, so it's still just a one-inhib game for now. But the problem with that, Mr. Kobe, is the Baron still lasts
really is just
most of its
terrifying.
duration right now. 2 minutes still to go.
Knowing that you
takes their
can
recall,
reach your
they make
potential,
their purchases,
and it's
I feel
right
like
there
they've
for the
gotta be looking
taking.
for the throat.
You're just
fucking
fucking terrified to
Team
fall.
Liquid have been picking Cloud9
But you know you
apart,
have
but
to.
there's one more opportunity.
You have to fall.
Okay. This Dragon Soul that's about to arrive. You got to pray and you got to look for your moment here for Cloud9. Because if you give over the Dragon Soul as well, Mountain Soul on top of all the individual mountains they've already gotten, Seems like that would just be the final nail in the coffin. It's already difficult with the item lead that Team Liquid have, but you're going to have to choose your moments before it becomes inevitable.
Well, that
You have to fall.
is creeping ever closer.
You need to
Team
identify
Liquid
what the
will go ahead
mistakes
take
are
the
and try
last
again
tier
and learn
two-
from them.
tier 2 turret from the Cloud9 side. Knock that
You
one
need to
over without
fudging
much
smoke
resistance.
that window on
C9
heaven,
instead
bro.
choose to draw their
You
battle
need to
lines
learn that
around their
smoke.
base, around their remaining tier 3 turret. The mid lane inhibitor
You
has
need to do
also
over and
respawned,
over and
more
over
high
again.
pressure to the mid lane while everybody else tries to get the wave shoved up bottom side. APA using the Crystallize and the Glacial Storm to keep that minion wave at bay as best he can. Remember, this Anivia does not have his defensive tools available. APA must be very mindful, particularly of Jose Dioto, who has that Guardian Angel, has the flash, can make the play whenever he lands one of those sonic waves. C9 has got to be ready for the snap engage coming out from TL.
Team Liquid, they've been controlled this whole time. There's only 2 minutes on the clock, Flowers, for the Mountain Soul arrival, but they're finishing up with the base very quickly. I mean, the tower's already at 50% HP.
Yeah, we might not even get there. Tier 3 turret, already below half, like you say. Top inhibitor, middle inhibitor, both down. Many super minions marching down the top lane. Somebody on C9's got to go answer that. Blabber going to do it for now. As the rest of Team Liquid take their chance, they're going to shove forward, go after the tier 3. Core JJ going in. APA is going to be your target. Jose wants to follow it up, but the stasis was there in time. APA staying alive, trying to get himself away, but Thanatos is already down.
GA.
Taken low, but the Guardian Angel brings him back. Double kill over to Yawn, and Team Liquid full send it. Team Liquid ended. Game number 1. They controlled this from the start.
Jose Auto really good. Appa's Intinct is probably going to be over.
16-2, TL slams the first game. Team wanted to go for, but they were never able to put it together. It was Jose Dioto on the lead in, even when C9 had their point of strength where they were grouped up in their
They will do
death
the
ball, they forced Team
Varus.
Liquid back at that Drake fight. It was Jose finding the opportunity to punish C9, just getting a little bit too
Unless they want to
comfortable, a
first
little bit
pick the
too lazy with their
Varus. They want to
exit,
first
and
pick
then
the
they came with a play
Varus.
that kind of started snowballing the game.
All right, let's see if they can do it
So
again.
do you ban
here. Team
Varus or do
Liquid
you
looking
ban
to
the
keep up
Bard?
momentum, but
Probably ban the
Cloud9
Bard because Vulcan's really
want
good.
to strike back quickly. They don't want to let it get too far away from them too early, and so they are continuing to focus on bottom lane here. In addition to the Karma, also banning the Lucian here for that Lucian Melio pairing.
And for the second game in a row, they are going to ban Akali in the first half of the draft to make sure that teams don't take it early. Worth noting, C9 has a pick here since they were the
Very
leaders in
efficient
game number
Bard.
1. Team Liquid then
The
selecting
Bard.
blue side. Ori and Cassio will remain banned, just like they were in game number 1, as will Varus.
Okay, so continuing to probably
Okay, you
double
just
ban
slam the
APA entire
Caitlyn
series,
Bard.
which
You
makes
just
me think
slam the
that APA is
Caitlyn
gonna look to
Bard.
pick up
What the
Annie pretty
fuck
soon.
is C9
They have
doing?
an early Jarvan pickup here,
Cheers,
so
Irvin.
Cloud9 are
To
they're
David.
kind of assuming that Team Liquid will get some low mobility carries. First picking the Jarvan.
May God be
usually you
merciful
wanna
on
pick
your
it
soul.
into carries that are not going to have dashes and be too
As
mobile.
all of us.
But they're first picking
Did
it
your boy
so
just not
that they
predict
can
it?
hopefully get like a Jarvan Rumble combination going for themselves. And if they
Like,
see the Caitlyn and
what
Bard
the fudge
here,
is
maybe
that?
they do throw down the
Like, what
Rumble,
is this Lucian ban?
early
Why
on
not
here
just
to
ban
complement
Varus?
Blabber's
You
Jarvan.
ban the what?
Remember, Bard was banned in the first
You
set of
ban the
games in game
Varus?
number 1, so now
They're
him
forced to
going
ban the
through into
Bard?
The second game, we'll see how much they can get done with Core's Bard. Over on the other side, not only is this Jarvan take a
What
good
is your
starter
plan,
for pretty
C9?
much any composition here for C9, but remember, it was also what they chose to ban away from Jose in the second half of that draft instead of the Lee. So Lee's gone for the rest of the series now because of Fearless, and they'll also be able to deny the Jarvan with this pick of their own. So C9, if nothing
Trundle
else,
on 3,
they're
no?
playing for the long con here with the Fearless jungling, as they will lock in the Nautilus when you have some immobile enemy carries. Something I can't remember about her net.
There's
If you
not
drop
a
death
single
charge
thought
on her,
in his
You
head.
can catch her even from that range, so we'll see how effective
How do
Vulcan
you play
can be
this
on the
game?
playmaker.
Yeah, they have some good dive already and things to hold people in place for Ziggs. They double ban APA with the Orianna Cassia. I mean, those are very common high priority mid lane bans, but
Trundle's
he's
kind of
gonna get
weird into
access
Ziggs.
to the Ziggs this time around.
Still like
and
Trundle.
that's the reason for the early Jarvan and Nautilus. Hold people in place for the big bomb.
That thing
Just do
hurts
like a
if it
front to
hits in the
back
sweet
comp.
spot, and conveniently, the sweet spot is just about as big as the inside of the Cataclysm from Jarvan. So as long as they line
Hold
that
up,
up,
we
they'll
just
be feeling great, but
predicted
it is the Trundle
Caitlyn
locked in
Bard
for Team Liquid
Trundle.
This champion is exceptional at dueling.
Hold up, bro. Your boy may be locked. And we predicted the Varus, man.
Something like a Vi, something like a Xin, something like,
We didn't predict the Bard here because C9 are mentally challenged. So. When I close my eyes, standing there in front of me.
I was looking at Nautilus probably going to die a lot this game.
He dies a lot in every game, usually.
He always does die a lot. And if you
Stop
go in
banning
on Nautilus,
Appas.
and you hit something, you're proccing your aftershock, and then Trundle will just take that extra stats with his ultimate, and then Nautilus is just
Who'd we
instantly
ban last
paper,
game?
and especially coming from support role, oftentimes will just get blown up. The other thing that's good about Trundle is with your W, you can dodge Jarvan EQs pretty easily. So move speed is always very, very good in jungle duels.
You see that new
Jarvan,
LeBlanc skin?
so you
Thought
can
that was
try and
Evelyn at
avoid his
first.
big combo because if you miss your EQ,
I can predict these for the
Trundle
life
is
of me.
definitely gonna win the
You
stat
have,
check
I
after
can't predict
that.
NA bit 4 or 5 mans for the life of me. LCK I can kind of get them.
Might flex that Ziggs to the bottom lane, so we still don't
They're
want
mainly
APA
targeted.
playing the Annie. The
Well, what
LeBlanc
isn't
ban down
targeted
by
a ban, you
C9
know?
is one of those old school, like, it's a solo queue type
Senna.
of counter to Ziggs.
Senna-
to make his
Senna
life
Nye
really
is very
usable.
strong,
It's
yeah.
just a lot of people aren't willing to slam the LeBlanc, but C9's read seems to be Quid is one of those people, and we don't want him to.
Alistar.
I believe Palafox taught him that lesson a while ago.
it's a hard lesson to learn.
Hit him with the LeBlanc.
The Senna banned out here. Final
You just
ban
hit a vape.
for Team Liquid in this when they don't want
With the LeBlanc. Palafox taught him that lesson a while ago.
it's a hard lesson to learn.
The angry
I believe
grandpa right there. There's just a vape.
Palafox taught him that lesson a while ago.
it's a hard lesson to learn.
Hit him with the LeBlanc.
The Senna banned out here. Final
Try
ban
not to look
for
guilty.
Team Liquid in this when they don't want that infinite scaling. Senna, those of y'all who have not been paying attention, is very strong in her current iteration.
Okay, what is vaping really?
They keep their distance.
It's not like you
Yeah, a
could
lot of people
smoke
been
in an
going,
arena,
like,
but
going
like what
down
is
and
vaping?
defensive opening and scaling up,
I
trying
mean,
to
I
scale
have
up, scale
vaped
up, collect
early
yourself.
when vapes came out.
We'll see
Or like
about
when
this game
came
now.
out, e-cigarettes have always been a thing.
Quid thinking about
Azir's pretty
the
cool.
Azir angle for himself, and it does give you
What do I like here?
multiple
What the fudge is
possibilities here.
happening?
Since Trundle is not a
Lock!
engager himself.
Lock
Yeah, you
in!
can go for Azir Sex, but you can also use it to just help peel for.
What is this thing he has?
Okay, that's more like it.
That's more of a
more
Quid
like
pick.
That's nice.
That's a lot more Quid.
So they're
here.
gonna
We
do
get the
Rumble
Yone,
here.
a classic for Quid. These melee champions so good at carrying.
I
combat.
can't predict
And if
mids.
you do
Mids
have
is the
a
one
Bard
rule
on
I
your
can't
team
predict.
To be able to get Bard ults and set you up, then you can hit some large Yone ultimates.
Very scary.
Do you just
stuff, and
do
we know Quid has played this champion
Jhin Rumble?
plenty of times in the
You
past.
steal the Rumble?
Some
Yeah.
mid-laners wanna keep their distance
So
from
who
it,
do
but
you go
Quid
now?
Is at home, at comfort, here with these powerful melee
Into
carry
Rumble.
mid-laners. Over on the
You
other
need
side, the C9
AP.
comp, there's the Rumble that you were talking about all
Shit.
the way back when we first
You gotta
saw the
dig deep
Jarvan,
here.
the
Who do you
spicy
go?
hot pot combo that is very often picked together, will be picked together here again in this one. And since you're having Jarvan and
Ornn.
Nautilus both
I was
go
thinking
in, Ziggs is
Ornn, but I
firing
didn't
from
want
a
to say
mile
it
away.
because I was
Rumble's
thinking
got
AP.
equalizer from distance. They want their AD carry to also participate from a distance.
Lot of
Deadly
AD
Burst,
here.
curtain call. They'll lock the Jhin for Sven.
AD,
But the final pick of the draft for
AD,
Team Liquid
AD.
is Ornn for Morgan.
Yeah, some good
A lot of
engage
AD.
here to put more pressure onto the Ziggs and Jhin.
They have a lot of
especially.
AP though.
Picking up
AP.
the Ornn, it's always a fairly common tank pick to kind of answer Rumble, but really
Vayne
it
literally
gives you the
shit on my
ultimate
chest,
for your
bro.
team and that scaling
Literally
possibility
shit
too
on my
with the
chest.
ornaments.
Lock, you can't get it down, bro.
And it's also very effective against
I don't.
Jhin in
What is this
particular.
thing?
When he
Is it a
opens up the
coffin?
curtain call,
Like a
you
coffin
see
of
the lines
nails?
where he can fire the bullets. Just shoot the Ornn horn at him. He gets thrown up into the air. He can't aim the gun anymore. All of a sudden, that long range threat,
True.
not the same.
Yeah,
I
but
like
also
Teal's
really good
comp
for
here.
that reason too against Jhin. So definitely a lot of ways for them to interrupt the.
He's
old,
just saw into the
for
future.
Stationary targets.
Okay, so let's talk
'Cause when I
C9
close
game plan here
my
first, because they're the
eyes,
team that's behind. They're the ones who don't want to have to be put in a spot where reverse.
Tom is
zero
so
only
tired
answer.
of fudging
What kind of
Appa's
plays
dog
do you
shit
wanna see from
behavior.
them early to tie this one up?
I think Blabber has a lot of opportunities here
Okay.
with Jarvan. You can put pressure on Quid, maybe open up some.
What
room
is
for
Pag
APA
Oda?
to take over
What
with
is? They're
Ziggs.
sponsored
Classic
by
for him.
Kia? That's pretty
And how
crazy.
about on the team up its side? Is it just the Jose Dioto game again? Because Trundle's got a lot less playmaking tools than Lisinda.
I'll be looking bottom lane for Jose.
Actually, Trundle is a very good playmaker if you play him right. His clear is just abnormally slow, and you're going to drop shiz.
And they're actually going to gank mid lane first here in the opener.
Jose Dioto going to walk straight back towards the turret as Quid exits all the way through the side. He knows that there's nothing.
I can't believe Trundle's back in the meta.
You just can throw a flag, get an auto attack.
It's crazy how when I got into League, it was a Trundle meta, because Trundle into Xin was just the trade, you know. And then Home Guard came out, Trundle died, Mundo came out, kind of. It was like game 5 Andy or some shit. Mundo came out, Mundo nerf hit, Trundle came back.
A lot of turret plate money. And you want to try and lend some extra threat to Nautilus engages. Like if Nautilus keeps on hooking in and looks for trades and gets people low, you need to also have some jungle threat, some jungle pressure there to really make sure that they respect it. And so Vulcan and Core JJ with their own wards and their own brush, trying to hold their ground here, but no, not super excessive trading super early on this time around. There is a ward on the Raptors that will see Jose pathing away from the bottom lane. And that is going to tell Vulcan and Blabber that maybe there will be some opportunities for Nautilus, Hookins, and Jarvan, you know, to help out with the Caitlyn Bard lane early on.
Yeah, the Jhin Nautilus doesn't quite have that same level of early game threat that the Ashe and the Seraphine had that forced Core JJ all the way back to base in game number 1.
Appa, you are so reported. It is insane.
Luckily dodging away from the Q3 knock up there on Quid's Yone. Quid gets the last little bit of the trade. APA staying calm, saving the flash, using the satchel to get away to safety.
Yeah, and the reason why he's so calm there is they did have the ward on Raptors I mentioned. It sees the Trundle, it sees Jose walk over there. So APA very well knows this could be a very likely possibility that he's going to come from this angle. And so he kind of just sits it there. No summer spells, as you say, doesn't panic. And here we go. He does clean up the rest of the CS. And it'll mean that it's only a very slight delay, but it is a delay between
Trundle, you have
the
to level
bottom
3
camps
gank.
respawning for Jose and the top camps.
Okay, APA asks if Jose is a fanboy. Jose responds a bit.
Yeah.
And then Jan says he doesn't speak English. Grandpa Jose. All right, a little bit of, this is more the all chat banter.
Yeah, now we're getting a little
that I was expecting.
Appa, you are so dog shiz, you can't banter.
Again, yeah, APA saw him with that Raptor ward, so he was also trying to use his time a little bit and then provoke him with the chat as well.
Yeah,
Do
we'll
you
see
rush
how
with
much of a
Ornn?
distraction that ends up being throughout the game. Jose Dioto clearing out his topside scuttle crab right now.
Yeah, it also is a reminder of game number 1 where...
What do you think the glitch is?
Throughout the game, Jose Dioto clearing out his topside scuttle crab right now.
Yeah, it also...
The game, Jose Dioto clearing out his topside scuttle crab right now.
Yeah.
That ends up being throughout the game. Jose Dioto clearing out his topside scuttle crab right now.
Yeah, it also is
out his topside scuttle crab right now.
Yeah, it all
throughout the game. Jose Dioto clearing out his topside scuttle crab right now.
Yeah, it all
throughout the game. Jose Dioto clearing out his topside scuttle crab right now.
Yeah, it also is a reminder of game number 1.
Zoom a little out?
Jose
Look at Nautilus on the minimap. Oh, it's so close.
Jose was a very successful fan of APA in the mid lane.
Oh, he was
with
the biggest fan meme. What as to what where the reversal definitely
and setting on deep
was his was just the slider. Yeah,
maybe I want a little couple changes.
Maybe I would want to adjust the slider somewhat. All right, we're back into game. Settings are fixed. Vulcan making a pass through the mid lane here. Eric, can Flowers speak Spanish?
I answer for you. You can. She's been on that Duolingo for years now.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. we're working on it. I'm not fluent, but I can make it happen.
Yeah,
Kermit the Frog.
So this is pretty funny because both of our mid laners have just different ways of expressing themselves in games. Usually APA is on the keyboard typing, but Quid has his own thing where he does a lot of IRL emotes, which is equally as enjoyable. for a lot of people. Or in chat, you can let us know which one's more enjoyable, because Quid's always doing dances and emotes IRL versus the APA all chat, getting in there and getting some interesting conversations going, Flowers.
All righty, I hope we get a little bit more of them here. In terms of the results of our fan poll for who had the better draft, it looks like about 2/3 of our fans say that C9 came out on top in this one, so we'll get to see if they're right here, because you know, win or lose, you can always just blame it on draft.
I mean, I love it, because people also will always blame, why did you give X player their best champion? And you can say that for APA Ziggs, people do that all the time. Why did you give him Ziggs? That's going to be a free win. Or why did you give Quid Yone? So we have both in this game. And either way, you're going to be able to say afterwards, what in the heck? Quid got Yone, APA got Ziggs.
Other guy doing?
And currently, APA Ziggs is ahead with his gold. And remember, he did soak some enemy jungle time. And as well, they're going to be able to transfer this into the Dragon. Mid lane push, bot lane going to head over to.
Okay, C9 with control over the bottom side river. Very reminiscent of game number 1. Remember that first Drake in that one was secured with no contest from TL, who would then follow up taking the grubs later. So we'll keep an eye on Jose, see if that's the play he wants to go for here in a couple of minutes. But a nice early Drake for C9. They'll always be happy about that one, as Yawn is still just left in the bottom lane here to keep on farming. Quid making a rotation up towards the top side, though. They might be looking for a potential play onto Thanatos. He does have the ward and the pixel brush, though. Fires off the Electro Harpoons, keeps Jose Dioto away from the last hit on the ward.
You're not going to make a play on Thanatos. He's going to make the play on you.
Just turns it right back around.
We're trying to gank the top.
You're going to have to give.
Now you're going to lose your crab, buddy.
Yeah, Thanatos is chasing Jose all the way out. Blabber's coming up behind him. There's the equalizer into the bag on Inferno Bomb. Flash don't matter. Jose's cooked. First blood over to C9.
You don't gank Thanatos. He ganks you.
Beautiful, man. Thanatos saw him in this pixel brush, walked him down all the way to kill him at mid-lane turret.
Get the hell out of my lane. You got to think twice before you gank him again now, Flowers.
Yeah, even Jose says, ouch. That's not a good experience there. The Trundle gets punished.
Yeah, really good from Thanatos to recognize he can just walk him down too. And now you got the flash off of Trundle. So we mentioned, oh yeah, it's really good for Trundle to be able to use move speed and like dodge a Jarvan EQ. Guess what? Blabber's the level up on you has Cataclysm as well, and you don't have flash. So he could trap you, Jarvan. And by the way, Jarvan doesn't have to stay in the Cataclysm. You know, he can trap the Trundle and then EQ out of it and leave you there burning to the, assuming the Rumble is there. So there's definitely some options for them to play with. Cloud9 with a fairly healthy 1,000 gold lead in Dragon.
Yeah, C9 feeling good about things here. So far early, 45 seconds until those Void Grubs spawn. There are still the wards in the top river area from C9.
Thinking about it,
right around that
they should have killed Rumble, because Yone was going up here now.
Control over the top lane, crashing the wave into the turret.
But Yone saw the ward and just left.
Play the tank into Rumble. Well, early on, you kind of
just baited Rumble for this crowd.
Trades, play carefully until you get Koenig Rookern, and then you just don't care nearly as much.
Yeah, and it's a kind of a similar quiet story for mid lane where APA Ziggs, like the Ziggs is always going to have this extra possibility of plays around mid lane, and we just saw it with the jungle being pushed towards mid. Guess what? APA Ziggs' ultimate damage was very meaningful in getting that kill, and he can do it from a very long range. Meanwhile, the Yone does have to really focus on the wave a lot, and we've got some support roam timers here to work with, but yeah, the Ziggs gets to push waves very quickly. You get to push a little first, you get a little bit of extra time, and you have a lot of range. Now, though, he has teleport, so Ziggs can teleport back if they want to contest this grubs. They want to contest the grubs.
Ooh, and Blabber wins the smite on the first grub. Now Jose's got to try to get away, but the Cataclysm already comes down. There's the equalizer. Blabber flashes back out. Jose Dioto kept safe there at least for a little while thanks to the Tempered Fate. And now it's Vulcan in the middle of everybody. A massive fate sealed. Quid just cut them to ribbons. Team Liquid with the major play from the mid lane.
They wanted to continue to
I thought Trundle Zonios,
just like we were looking for with the Cataclysm Flowers.
Forgot about Bard.
Blabber
Huge
does
Bard
use the EQ to get the distance, then goes for Cataclysm, has to flash out. In the end, we're going to look at bottom lane instead.
All right, Jan, trying to evade the curtain call here.
Wow.
Sven, he misses the fourth one. And the flash from Jan to escape the dredge line means he lives to see another day.
But yeah, the fight on top side, they really want to punish Jose with no flash. Thankfully for Jose, CoreJJ is also there with the roam timer, and the Bard ultimate buys him so much time, as well as the magical journey, which he was able to use afterwards to survive and get out of there. So here's another look at it. Yeah, they think they've got him cooked, right? Okay, he's burning down in the Cataclysm. CoreJJ, though, buys him the time. It nullifies so much of that damage. You saw Ziggs, ultimate as well being used. And then Quid actually caught the Ziggs, too. Ziggs was trying to use the jump to get away there, as well as burst down Jose. And Quid comes in. He's going to be the beneficiary. Gets a bunch of gold here onto the Yone. And we were warning.
You get it? Nice.
That's the look on the face of a man who just made a three-man Yone
I want to see
ult. You can
Dom's
see the
reaction
coaches
again.
behind the scenes for TL. Just made. That's the look on the face of a man. That's the look on the face of a man who just. That's the look on the face of a man who just made a three-man Yone ult. You can see the coaches behind the scenes for TL feeling the same way. What a massive turnaround.
Yeah, go look up Quid Yone LCS highlight, and it's actually one of our most famous plays that we have from him. So this champion and Quid, very dangerous combination. We'll see if Team Liquid can use that to their success later on in the game, but him getting at least one of the last hits there, as well as picking up a couple of the assists, and big play for him to wrap up 3.
Nice ult.
I mean, it was a good denial from CoreJJ. Like, CoreJJ had his back. If it wasn't for CoreJJ's Bard ultimate, then yeah, the Ziggs ult definitely would have roasted up Jose too. But that's the planning, you know. You trusted your teammates, and they knew that they had CoreJJ there on a timer as well. So good use of the Bard denial by Team Liquid. Cloud9 right back to objectives, though. Right back to business as usual for them.
They will take that second Drake. Again, no real contest coming from Team Liquid. Sven took a chunk, but that doesn't really matter a whole lot. We'll see if we get a fight for the Rift Herald here, but that's still 4 minutes away. Jose Otto completing the Trinity Force. And you touched on it a little bit, but yeah, Quid only got one of those 3 kills that they got in the fight. The other 2 actually went to Morgan, and Morgan now has the Kanik Rookern fully completed. So accelerating that Ornn a little bit further ahead now makes it very, very different in his encounters with the Rumble, using that passive shield to ignore most of the damage in these shorter trades.
Yeah, super good breakpoint for him. Bot 5.
Oh, here we go
He's
again.
dead.
It's CoreJJ with a tempered fate right into the snap trap, but they don't have enough burst damage to finish him off just yet.
That's that flash timer.
Subjugate, keeping him healthy.
He Q? No, he Q'd in.
Danger. Quid goes in after Sven, but he won't quite have the range to catch him. The fate sealed. It won't matter though. That's still 2-0.
They might actually get 3-0'd.
And C9
They might get 3-0 twice in a row.
end of the Team Liquid damage.
Yeah, Team Liquid, another good counter from them. They turn it around. They do invest in teleport, so Quid got down to the bottom side, opens up a turret plate here for APA and denying a tower, but he's going for another little chunk on to Sven. Sven still has double summoner spells, so he's not in threat of his life, but Quid was trying to force him to panic and burn at least one of those extra summoner spells while the tower plate is being taken. TL, though, another good little counter from them onto a Cloud9 play. They turn it around, they get some kills, and there you go. Talking about breakpoints, that Blade of the Ruined King done for Quid.
Full build Yone. He's got his upgraded Berserker Greaves with the quest. He's got his Doran's Helm. He's got his Blade. With the plays he's already been making, it's only going to get worse for C9 going up against this guy as Jose Otto takes the Blast Cone to get away. Vulcan and Thanatos trying to find something here in the Team Liquid jungle. CoreJJ trying to catch up. There's no Tempered Fate available on the Bard anymore, but Morgan is now ready to collapse as Vulcan and Thanatos still try to continue their way out. Dredgeline finds a Yordle snap trap. Vulcan takes a bit of damage from that. Thanatos got to be careful here.
Ornn ult
Morgan
comes
summons
through.
up the call of the Forge God.
Lash
Thanatos
gets
will flash
Jhin.
away, make sure that he can't be
Quid's
caught in the
looking,
CC,
has
but
ult,
now
not
Morgan
up.
goes forward, finds the
Vulcan's gonna
knockup,
get
but Vulcan's gonna be
wrecked
low
here.
yet again. He can't
Bard'll
Spider-Man
come
to
through
safety.
just to see.
Tempered Fate cooldown comes
I
up at
think
the
it's
very
over.
end of the fight, but misses the target. It's still +1 TL.
What an extensive invade. We ended up with 10
I mean, you have
people
Ornn
there at the
scaling
top
is
of the
going to
map
be
at 13
miserable
minutes,
for you.
Flowers. Everybody came to follow up on that Thanatos Vulcan invade that they got the Wolf, but now Thanatos might be the next target. Vulcan did drop in the last one.
Yeah,
Thanatos
I think
had the
it's.
flash, so this rumble,
Is it
no
a draft
flash.
diff? That
Oh,
I think it's
no
kind of a
flash,
draft diff.
1 versus 3.
Because we
That
predicted it
traffic
completely.
cone
It's over.
is the end of him.
I just said it. Like,
The scuba
they don't ban the Varus. They leave the Bard open.
All 3 of them
TL is forced to ban Varus, right? So Bard's open. They first pick Jarvan. It's the easiest Kate Bard angle ever. And then they go Fudging
Spawn
West.
is usually just so locked in the coach reactions.
They go not.
He is just banging the table, or he's like golf clapping.
Ziggs.
All right, good.
Like, all right, good
yeah,
hustle,
you
guys,
should've
good
done
hustle.
good.
Yeah.
But he's
Easy's
in there
trundle
with the
value.
Scuba diving.
Oh, Quid forces the flash out of APA, and the fate sealed does just that.
It might just be draft diff. I'm
Wow,
sorry,
Flowers,
Dom. I love you, but
perfection. Able to use the E snap back on the hook too.
That was...
Can't keep track of him. He's going to get back to full health off the minion wave too.
You couldn't really have played it better. I don't know what I could have asked him to do that he didn't do. He gets the kill, he gets away. He does it without needing assistance from anybody else. Quid is just monstrous here in this second game. 3-0-4, 7 out of 8 kill participation on this Yone. This is going to be a problem that I don't know if C9 has the arithmetic to solve. Rift Herald spawned now. That was my question before. Are we going to get a fight over this one? Considering Quid is already working on it and there's snap traps everywhere, I don't think C9 wants it.
I think, Flowers, now would be a good time for a Kia poll for chats.
Okay.
Who do you think is more dangerous? Quid on Yone or APA on Ziggs? We'll see what chat thinks. It's not a very fair time to run that poll.
I was going to say, running that poll at this time is like a breathalyzer, man. Are people watching?
Spawn is diving under the turret. Scuba tank ready. Okay, so we'll see, though. Maybe that's just an early possible comeback here. We've seen APA Ziggs hold off tremendous amounts of minions, so always good wave clear and good combos, but Team Liquid, they just have so much momentum in this series, it feels like, and already really snowballing the gold lead here again in this game number 2. Though Cloud9 do have 2 of the early dragons, and they're starting up another one, which they want to get here. Quid has teleport. He could join.
Yeah, Team Liquid immediately tries to challenge. Core JJ throwing out the Tempered Fate, but he only finds the dragon with it. No enemy champions. Jose Diodo, caught by the dredge line. Mega Inferno Bomb over the top.
yeah, this not pick is inting AF. He caught Appa, and no one blocked the Caitlyn. Bang!
APA is road killed, and he won't be the only one. Blabber dies next as Thanatos
this not pick is the most
inting
shit ever.
TL gets the Drake, they get 3 kills, and they are not finished. Sven tries to escape, but Yawn chases him down with a 90 caliber net. A little bit more damage. Yawn flashes forward here for the headshot. He's underneath the turret, but Morgan is tanking it for him. Team Liquid continues the chase.
Not got a
shutdown
shutdown.
back onto Yawn does happen, but Core also gets the chase kill onto Vulcan. Team Liquid, 17 minutes into the game,
It's over.
7,000 gold ahead.
I think it's just drafted. I hate to say it, but like, come on, man. You're picking not blind when they have Trundle up on 3.
Here's another look at it where Quid just finished up on the tower on top
I mean, it
side.
seems like they
Yone
want to
does
go.
have the teleport to come to this
Like,
fight.
Ziggs
Here's the
not isn't
initiation.
a
APA
lane.
gets hit with the pillar.
Even if they went Senna, not Trundle's still there. You can't do it.
This Yone, boom, E walks straight for him. The edge
You just
of the
can't
Yone
do it on
ult
blue side.
flips him. They get the good chunk damage. Then also the Caitlyn ult damage meaningful too. Get him a little lower, and Morgan was able to bowl him over. So Yawn, Quid, and Morgan all combine with ultimates to take down the Ziggs.
Like, it looked good for C9
And
off
they're
that
just having
first
fun out there playing
6
League of
crab.
Legends.
You could see the
And
comp
looking
working
like-
Rumble ult into Ziggs ult just shred Trundle.
Perfect reaction.
That was an A+ fan cam, man.
He's dead.
Now this is not an A+ position for C9. Blabber caught in his own jungle. The Rift is no longer safe, Kobe.
No.
If you're wearing a C9 jersey, you cannot walk outside of the base walls alone. You have got to be careful. Every single brush could have a Team Liquid gank waiting and ready to send.
Yeah, Cloud9 up against the walls already. We're only 18 minutes into this game this time. Last time it took a little bit longer, but Cloud9 already are feeling pressed. Secondary tower in mid lane was already taken. There are objective bounties on the Rift. You don't like to see that early in the game.
The yellow glow of shame around the turret. Or could it be a little hope? Cloud9 hoping for a desperate comeback. Yeah. Well, the problem about that twinkle of hope is now Morgan's going in after Thanatos.
Yeah.
The Rumble that hasn't been able to find the success he needs so far this game. Morgan goes after him here for the killing spree. Core JJ tries to escape for now. Blabber and Vulcan arrive.
It's a 14
but Morgan is just so
orange.
tanky, he doesn't care. APA just threw the whole
Guys.
kitchen sink into the river.
It's over, GG.
Away as Hosenioto makes his way
Watch.
into the retreat path of Cloud9. Quid's now joined, and that means there is no hope left here. C9 continue their retreat. Blabber gets followed through the magical journey, and Core JJ finds another one. Double kill back over to the Bard, as Sven is the only man standing to bury the rest of his team.
It's a murder, Flowers. It is murder after murder out there. TL chasing them down, running them through their own base. Pre-20 minutes.
17-2. Team Liquid almost averaging a kill per minute in a professional game, in a series that will qualify you for MSI if you win it. These guys
Thank
are
God
locked
C9
in.
isn't going to
And this
MSI.
Team Liquid team was built to win, built for success. But Flowers, for most of this
we
season,
went
that is not
undefeated in
exactly what
groups.
they have gotten, not what they actually paid for. Core JJ shouting out Cloud9 Classic here. They're always talking about beast mode, but Team Liquid, I don't think you're going to get any response to that because it's hard to all chat from the other side when you're down 10,000 gold. Back to TL though, this team was built to win the entire league. It was built to qualify for international.
How does the EQ work in Bardos? Doesn't go through.
Yeah, Blabber's out of the picture, and I was pondering this a little bit, because game number one, you already said that one wasn't as one-sided as this one was as quickly, but in game number one, TL took the first Baron shortly before 22 minutes. Here in game number two, they're going to shave 60 seconds off that time. That's a new PB. Personal best. Team Liquid are all 5 persons are besting their counterparts here in this one. 4-0 and 12 on Core JJ's Bard. I cannot ask for a better performance from a support.
And Morgan, just crushing it on this Ornn. I mean, 605 carry Ornn angle, Flowers?
Yeah, this is... I can't look at TL's performance this game and really find a whole lot to be upset about. As Core JJ trying to get away through the wall here, opens up the magical
Yay, they got
does
one.
Get picked. Nice chain CC from Cloud9 to find the enemy support 3 seconds before the Drake spawns. Quid is still up in the top lane, does have his teleport.
Quid's not
ready to
TPing,
join
they're
the
going to
rest
give
of the
it.
team if need be. Here's that teleport
Quid
coming
did
in now.
TP. They think
But
they
it's
can win
going to be
45, and I
Morgan
agree.
teleporting first to make sure he has
Oh
the
my
massive
gosh.
shield. Stepping
Huge
forward,
Ornn value
C9
here.
grouped up as 5. TL even down a man.
He's just gonna.
Controlling the dragon
Oh my
flip. Now
gosh.
Morgan with a massive 3-man knockup. Blabber's gonna die here at the very start of the fight. As Hosenioto is taken low, flashing to the edge of the Mega Inferno Bomb. He still falls down. Thanatos dies next. Morgan zoning away too as APA tries to get away from Quid. But no, sir, it's the same story every single time this game as Morgan just menacingly lumbers towards them and guarantees C9 has to stay away. 4v5 and Team Liquid slam the fight.
Morgan's hacking, man. It looked like he got Malphite ult and Ornn ult on the same champion right there. He's able to get a 3-person E to start out the fight and then chase them down, push them out with his own real ulti. So here's it. He puts up his Q, that little pillar right there, and then he's looking at Cloud9 members all hugging around it. Boom, juicy 3-person E into Quid, going on to Blabber.
Was it auto falls? Because he flashes like in the wall and in the rumble.
He's forcing out the entire bottom lane of Cloud9. TL fans got to be popping off.
These fan reactions have been incredible here in game number 2. 21-4 though. It's Team
Oh my
Liquid
gosh, whenever I see the crowd, I just think of like Valorant's Masters, man. I think of how embarrassing the crowd is there. Like, hey guys, no China team's playing.
C9 trying to draw their battle
Oh look,
lines to
EDG's
defend,
playing.
but this is just not an easy task. They're going to need
Are we
some
in
kind of a
London?
miracle.
Where are
They're
we?
going to need a Team
It's
Liquid
over.
blunder if we're being honest, because without one, TL are just way too far ahead.
They certainly are, Flowers. Rich as can be. They're inside the base, too. They've infiltrated.
Kalen probably has
I don't know
upgraded
if that was
IE.
infiltration as much as it was
Or
just
what do you
putting
call
a
it?
battering ram to the door and saying knock,
Ornn
knock. Team
IE.
Liquid gonna knock their way through
And there's the
top
Trundle
lane now
upgraded.
as well, as Quid knocks
Bartle
down
comes
APA
through.
once more. Hosdiodo kept alive. That tempered fate. Core JJ has done so much on the
Wanna
bar
close
here in
my
game
eyes.
number 2, and we might just see the end of the game way sooner than I thought. When we started this second game, C9 trying to go for the 4v5 defense. Vulcan flashing forward, going in, trying to put the pressure on
It's
Young, but he
so
cannot
miserable
get it.
to play
Vulcan gonna
against.
die first. Morgan in the back line.
His
makes
Ornn
sure
was such a good
Thanatos
pick
dies
into the
second.
gen.
Blabber and Sven fighting on the
GG.
steps of their own fountain, but Team Liquid
Holy
still
draft
has
diff, like
not
I predicted it
lost
crazy
a
too.
man. TL came to Arizona ready to qualify for MSI, ready
reverse sweep
to play
time.
in the final.
I think it brings up the point where all of these compositions.
Lock in.
Absolute legend who went from gaming on her phone to ruthless online streaming slayer with no mercy for any living.
It's
No
Quid
mercy.
Yone,
What is
just
he
being
talking
the
about?
Yone on the enemy team in solo
Yo,
queue
C9
10
just
times
rip a
over.
Mundo.
And C9 have not had anyone step up to that same level just yet.
What are they going to need, Flowers, to kick
Is
them into gear
fucking
here?
impressive,
I'm feeling
man.
like
I hit my
Thanatos
line.
Gnar or something like that. One like
All
real
right.
signature champion. And see
same
what they
mans.
can do. Maybe focus top lane.
Cassio ban
That
here.
has been a route for them. Because if you look at the stats, you know, Cloud9 are significant damage portion comes from top lane.
Cassio ban here.
Much more significant than most of our other teams.
Cassio ban here.
And APA,
There
of
we
course,
go.
you know, the mid lane takes a more
First pick.
facilitating
Who do you first
role.
pick? Who's high
And-
prio?
All right, let's get into it though, because mid lane is currently still the focus
Fury?
with a lot of the similar perma bans going that respect with the
You're not
Akali
picking the
and
Lulu.
perma of the
Okay,
Cassio
yeah,
Orianna.
C9 just
Yeah, this is exactly,
are,
I believe, the same 6 champions that were banned in game number 2 in that first rotation. The Orion cast, like you're talking about, the Varus kept away for the
What
power
would
play
I
in the
like
bottom
a
lane.
1-2 here?
Karma
Lucian?
banned out by C9,
Lucian
and
out.
they continue to respect the Quid
Strong
Akali
bot
and Ruby
lane?
locked in early. But C9's
What kind of
first
bot
pick
lanes
here,
are there
they
anymore?
dropped the Lulu for Vulcan,
Callista,
which
Renata.
means it's got to be some kind of a hyper carry for Sven.
And Sven this season has
Enchanters.
really been a fan of the Yunara. Much more in
Nico.
the
I
beginning
always
when
forget about
Yunara
Nico.
was truly OP.
Nico
But they could
Ezreal.
still go with the Lulu Yunara, or you know, like you're saying, a different hyper carry of Jinx.
Nico.
And I fit one of those in. Meanwhile, the engage
Maybe
of
just
the
go Nico Nefiri.
which, if it was Cloud9 Nico, then you think there's more of a possibility
That's
of like
pretty
mid
good
lane
combo.
APA takes it or something. But it is a TL Nico, and so you're
The
pretty
Victor.
sure that is Core
I think they
JJ,
just win.
Nico on the bottom side.
Okay,
and now
you picked
you're
the Lulu
100%
first pick
sure.
for what?
Yep, that Nico will be going to the support role as the Victor is locked in early for Quid here. Pretty standard pick, just long range control.
Lulu Yunara. That's all I can think about. Kog'Maw Lulu.
You got to be prepared for with this guy. And,
Yunara.
you know, unless you give him a couple resets.
Yeah, so they get a strong bot lane here.
That's
Probably just ripping
all right, So we
Ezreal.
talked about Sven being a pretty big fan of the Yunara.
I
and
like
still holding on to that one. They are gonna
Nefiri.
lock it, so okay. Yunara, of course, you know, you do have your own jump when
The
you
Zen,
activate your
now that
ultimate,
Trundle's
and
out.
If you can work around
Nefiri,
the Nico
Zen.
engages, can still be very effective, especially in clumped up team fights.
Sejuani. Oh, they picked mid.
Meanwhile, into the Victor, a couple of options
It's
here. for
Talia
APA.
probably, right?
Early hovering onto
TF.
the
I
Syndra,
always
but
forget about
eventually going
TF.
with this Twisted Fate. That C9 are one of our teams that have effectively used the mid lane Twisted Fate and
You
play
just
around
hit the
gold
Ezreal?
card timers, play around that range of the single target stun. And if you have a Twisted Fate to play down
Nefiri
to
kinda
your
sucks
hyper
ass
carry
into
of your
TF.
Yunara Lulu as well, put that enemy lane in check, which is going to be
Yeah,
some
Nefiri
sort
value
of
here
Nico,
sucks ass.
looking like the
That's real.
Ezreal. That does make a lot of sense with the combination.
The
for poke
junglers
damage,
are up.
and
Nefiri
Ezreal,
won't get picked.
pretty common response to the Yunara as well.
Okay, so we'll have some range down there, some poke like you're talking about.
The Nefiri
TF,
won't get
I agree.
picked.
I'm fully expecting him to try to play around this
We
Yunara,
have
get
Zen.
Sven fed, have the hyper carry, do what the hyper
who else
carry
do
is
we have?
supposed to get done. The thing is, though, playing Twisted Fate into a champion
just
that
named a
has
bunch
the
of them.
extreme pushing capability that Victor has means that if APA does look for these plays,
He need a
if
lockdown
does look for these
Ezreal.
roams, and he can't make things happen, it will be very easy for Quid to get himself ahead, forcing plays and shoving waves.
And that's why I think that Cloud9 need Blabber on
What about
some sort of jungler that can
not
fight
jungle,
well,
but just
you know,
in
because you
general.
want a Twisted Fate to be able to
Casante's
also
high value.
make plays with like an
I think
invading
the SP
jungler or
close
just some
before
sort
the
of
end.
jungler that's going to put pressure, like a Xin. Like Xin is up, Jarvan is up. Definitely.
Jarvan's banned.
Or Jarvan actually, or excuse me, not Jarvan. Pantheon was what I was thinking.
Pantheon.
The
Thank
Xin
you.
or the Pantheon.
Hey, I agree. You look great today. Good job.
Yo, you look great too.
Renekton ban.
The fans in
So
Arizona.
these guys want to go Cassante.
Props for that. Crab for Nexus. Uh-oh. That is a classic.
That's a rough trade.
That's what
The
maybe
Gnar
Cloud9
man.
really need to just index more into the Scuttle Crabs.
The Blabbers
More
Crabbers.
into their power.
Well, they won't be able to index into that Thanatos Gnar that you were
But
talking
these guys
about.
have
as
first
something that
pick,
could be
no?
a win condition.
In Bald we trust.
Chase.
That's a narrow buff. Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Well done production.
Yeah, excellent camera pan right after that one.
We're gonna go
It's gonna be all
Cassante.
top lane bans from both sides.
These
starting in
guys
the
maybe
second half
pull
of the
out
draft,
just
though.
a Vayne
As
and
Menard
lose.
Jace are banned out by TL, the Renekton and the Jax banned away by C9. Remember, C9 wanted first pick here in this third game, just like they did in game number 2. So that means
It's probably just
TL will
Cassante.
get their counter pick here at the very end.
No, I mean, it's going to be a jungler. There's no way they're early picking the top laner when they have counter.
Yeah,
pick.
true.
So,
It's gonna be the Zen.
honestly, they just need something kind of stable from Jose.
Neferi.
Ooh,
Wow.
Okay, they're going to go with the early Neferi here.
I did not think they would pull out a
and
Neferi
Neferi's
into
very
this
good
comp.
when enemy is showing
They
Twisted
picked the
Fate,
Sedge and Besta.
Obviously, you can immune gold card very easily with Neferi, and you have a lot of mobility. But the instant double lock C9,
Cassante.
they get denied the Gnar with the ban, but they still want the same idea we're talking
it's
about with
just
Thanatos
Cassante.
can carry. And Thanatos, I'm assuming, is getting the Ambessa. Technically, we have had the opposite where Sejuani goes top and Jungle gets Ambessa.
but I don't
but
wanna
I would
see that
give
this
that.
game.
I would literally give that 0% chance.
The
This game.
Shen.
You're giving the
I like Shen.
the carry opportunity to Thanatos.
I still
the
worry about
guy
Neferi
that
into
has been
fudging
able to
TF
carry
stun
from the top
card,
lane like
Lulu
no other.
ult.
And you give him some Sejuani
That's what I
synergy
worry
to work
about.
with, some CC to work with, in addition to a
We'll see
Twisted
how it
Fate.
goes.
So honestly, I do really like this draft from Cloud9. You have 2 lanes, side lanes that can carry
I like
either
the
a Yunara with
Sedge.
Lulu buff or a Thanatos
Just
on
lock
his
down the
Ambessa.
edge.
Both
Freaking
APA and
E.
Blabber can play to those side lanes. Is going to maybe be problematic with the Shen lock-in, because I do like that answer as far as being able to Shen ult onto a Nico. It kind of solves one of Nico's later game problems where you are a bit squishy. Sometimes you just get popped, but Core JJ is very good at getting into good angles, and you get the Shen on your back, then the engage is really dangerous.
It's also so effective at preventing Twisted Fate from doing what he wants to do, or my favorite version
Alright,
of
Dom,
all
can
the
you reverse
possibilities with this
sweep?
composition, Dog Missile. As soon as you fire Neferi into the back line, you've
if
got
they
Shen
miss
a
2
pass right
internationals,
there
someone's
as a
getting
rocket
fired.
thruster, and you've got so much
Technically
pressure
through me.
on whoever they want to go after.
Now I hope that we get the hot dog to Fury skin so you can get your hot dog missile.
Hot Dog Missile sounds good. Somebody give Kangas some hot right being back in an
Twisted Fate, not just the global, but you can also block auto attacks, and so try and get the block down for
Hot
gold
dog.
cards for people. It does make it sometimes annoying for Twisted Fate if the Shen is next to someone and he's able to get the block zone
Spell
up, block
book
the gold card.
Sejuani.
Not too often, but sometimes, you know, if Twisted Fate would have been thinking about going to the top side to gold card, then it also is a stopper there, because obviously you can easily time it for
Israel
yourself.
Nico.
So one thing that I do want to watch throughout this game, 2 Summoner Spellbooks on C9, both APA and Blabber, running that Keystone. A lot of possibility, a lot of room for creativity there. Good usage of that can change the course of a fight with an exhaust, with a heal. Lots of different choices. And C9, they have got to be mentally resilient here. Game numbers 1 and 2, it's not like they were particularly close. It was Team Liquid outplaying them, just getting so far ahead, especially there in that second game around that topside river fight that just C9 could never recover from. But in a best of 5, your ability to keep your minds on track, reset after a rough game, come back into this one knowing you're back at square 0, that's what you got to be able to do if you want to reverse sweep.
And we already saw, right, at the beginning, a couple of those melee minions going down, APA missing, so losing out a little bit already. It does also always hurt a little bit more with Twisted Fate if you miss some, because you get extra value from hitting CS out of your passive. So makes people count them even more.
Yeah.
The chat goes wild with the -1s. We'll see, though, because Jose is bottom. And he is using the hot dog
Yeah, that
skin.
is a hot dog.
It is a weird colored hot dog.
He
with
played
chroma,
Vision
but
perfectly.
He's not seen. Jose
Yeah.
jumps in, fires off the first darking dagger. The hyper carry Yunara is first blood.
Sedge
2
invade.
minutes and 6 seconds into the game, and Team Liquid is on the board with Jose Diodo.
Yeah. The hype around the carry, Jose Diodo.
The hype around the carry is like that's not what you wanted the start of this lane to be.
2 long swords for Jose's recall, but Blabber will make him pay the nominal price of your blue buff.
I'd take that.
For that. I'll take that any day. Get the early kill onto Sven. Sven held on to his summoner spells. He, resigned himself to death after Core JJ had the good engage. We're focused on Nefiri getting the kill, but props again to Core JJ with the engage from Nico, using the flash on the bottom side, getting right there onto Sven. So, Sven after that was like, okay, fine, you got me. I am resigning myself to death, and Nefiri gets paid. So we'll see what Jose can do this game. That champion with money is extremely problematic.
Oh yeah, Fed Nefiri is a problem. The champion can just do so much damage all at once. You do have the tanky
Oh,
Sejuani
Sedge
on the
might have to
team. You do
get this
the Lulu
crab.
to try to protect whoever gets dove.
No, she's bot
Blabber is being able to get the bottom side crab. I kind of like that, He warded his own red and dropped it so that he could get the crab and make the fans happy for the Blabbers Crabbers. Get the bottom side, and he can go back and get his red afterwards anyway. No big deal there. Make sure he does not get double crabbed.
Burst down here onto Vulcan as C9 will try to get this wave shoved up, crashed into the turret. Also a massive wave crashing into the top lane turret there as Thanatos has controlled that one against Morgan here early. I think there is a lot of pressure on Thanatos in this game because you're on a champion like Ambessa that you said can carry from the top lane, because he's been, I just think, so far and away throughout almost the entirety of Spring Split, by far the best top laner. And so now, being put on this champion at this do-or-die must-win moment, he's really got to step up.
Yeah, best top laner in the league. Morgan has picked a pretty good nullifying stopper champion for the top side. Shen for the absorb. Be kind of fine up there,
Yeah,
and then
Shen
you
is
can,
fine.
as we say, block gold cards with your dodge zone. It still can get really dicey if Sejuani goes up there, because you can block some autos, but Sejuani brings a lot of CC anyway with the ulti, so we'll see which area they decide to focus, since bottom side's then already having a little trouble.
Ooh, Core JJ walks up. He goes for the Tangle Barb. Nice juke from Sven, because if he gets caught there, Jose was right there waiting. That could have been another big problem. If nothing else, it should have at least been summoner spells.
Yeah.
But a nice juke from Sven keeps him safe for now.
Well, then they're just trying to keep their farm consistent here. Keep the gold income up. And we're approaching to the level 6 for Twisted Fate.
I'm curious how much attention
Right,
C9
6.
is going to put on attacking Morgan specifically, because that's one of the answers that you normally do into Shen. Shen can save anybody on his team except for Shen. So the only person that can't get to stand united is who you've got to hit. And Blabber is making a trip up towards this top lane right now. You can see the pings though, as TL does have the control ward and the tri-brush.
What is this channeling?
I spy with my little eye.
What are you channeling?
It's a really good control ward spot, by the way. Really, really good, precise spot there to be able to get the little look around. And he's going to go complete the recall anyway. They were looking for the bottom crab, by the way. So Blabbers Crabbers join powers now.
Vulcan walking into the tri-brush, finds Core JJ waiting. Does he a good little chunk of damage there? Jose versus Blabber.
Blabber, you might have to give this. Blabber, you might have to give this.
Going here. Does have to back up over the wall there with the Arctic Assault, because Team Liquid was bringing help faster. Jose smites the crab away after seeing Blabber's re-entry, so Blabber's just going to go back to his own jungle. Another thing that's important to remember is even though Jose got off to that good start with the first blood down there in the bottom lane, Blabber, as the Sejuani, your first purchase is so cheap with the Protoplasm Harness, and it's so powerful too. It could really be a big X factor in one of these early skirmishes, one of these early neutral objective team fights that we've seen in both the previous games.
Yeah, Sejuani always still going to provide that value, no problem. We've actually seen Blabber get counter jungled really hard on Sejuani and still come back and have a very successful game. In fact, against Jose himself, Blabber was pushed out and still able to have a meaningful impact. So let's see. Their bottom lane, of course, and their mid lane were both getting pushed in, so you don't always get to be the sole determining factor of your crab power. And because of that, Jose wrapping around again. Twisted Fate, kind of, you can see him hovering too. Anytime they hover Twisted Fate, you get the mirror.
Ooh, public execution though from Thanatos. Wants to go in after Morgan. Protects himself for now, but the damage from Thanatos is not quite enough. He commits the ulti, but Morgan gets away. Now Quid in danger.
He's
Gold
dead.
card immediately into the Glacial Prison. C9 trying to strike hard here in the mid lane. One more gold card deals him a losing hand. Quid is down, and APA gets the kill.
Cloud9 attacking 2 lanes at once. One with the 1v1 on top side, and then the gank in mid lane. Wow, Jose is taking the dragon, so objective still picked up for Team Liquid, but Cloud9 getting on the board with a kill. And
brother,
doesn't look like they
he's dead.
Ooh, APA wants to get away from it.
Nope.
Hound's pursuit
Thought it
chases
was
him
6
underneath the
Nico.
turret, but immediately Call of the Pack has to be used to back off after the Tangle Barbs miss from Core.
It's an old one, but a good one, Flowers.
I miss this one. This is a classic one right here.
I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Feels like home.
Shooting
That's
TSM.
what I was about to say. It
Miss
feels like
TSM.
coming home as Team Liquid. They took the first Drake. It was a later first Drake than in the first couple of games. Previously, we would see it around when it spawned. This time around of 7.5 minutes.
Soul
And now,
is gonna be
with
good.
the Void Grub spawning shortly thereafter, Jose is going to go ahead and pick those up as well. So early neutral control for Team Liquid.
All right. Let's take a look. Core JJ hits 6, so you really got to keep tabs on him by pressing tab and tracking that Nico.
It's good advice.
Nico press tab. Currently up in the top side 2v1, so it's pretty easy when they're at the tower, but are going to have to look out for those. Again, if
Don't
you've
know why
got the
that's
Nico
there.
Shen combination, can be deadly. Definitely helps if your Shen is already getting pummeled and pushed under tower. And Sven actually doing a good job there on the Yunara, pushing Morgan in, chunking him low. You want to keep up the pressure on the source of the global, what you're talking about previously, where keep Shen low, keep the pressure on Shen, so that even if he can like get away from you and get an ult off, he'll lose a lot for doing so.
Right, you'll have control, you'll have push, and even if he arrives, if he's chunked to half HP, that might not be the turnaround in the battle that Team Liquid would be hoping for. Cloud9 with a very modest gold lead right now, but again, that can be kind of deceptive in a game with Twisted Fate. Kind of what you were talking about earlier. Yeah, he gets the bonus dice gold whenever he kills stuff, but that's built into the kit. He's balanced around it. He's supposed to be ahead in terms of money. Steps forward here, closes a little bit of distance onto Quid, closes enough to grab at least the stun for the quick little bit of damage, but it's not like Quid's feeling a whole lot of pressure here. Blabber still hanging around. I want to see if Blabber can get another gank maybe onto this Victor, onto this immobile mage that can be such a good target, because the further ahead you can get APA, the faster you can get him to that Twisted Fate 3-item power spike where you have your rapid fire cannon and you can really set up picks, the more well-equipped C9 will be to find the play that wins them their first game in this series.
And I like that you say Blabber should do it, because Sejuani is very good at playing very like non-committal engages. Against the Shen, a lot of times you kind of want to make an engage but not fully commit to it. And Sejuani is very good at doing. Yeah, exactly. So you get the Shen ult burned, and maybe back off if necessary, or fully burst them down if you actually have the angle. But Sejuani is very good at having options, has the mobility, has the long range in addition to the CC, so can kind of pick and choose your battles and make your choices wisely. APA currently is sitting on the Ghost and Teleport with his Summoner Spellbook, and Blabber is currently topside as well. Teleport invested to go back to mid lane though, and Twisted Fate ult still being held on to.
All right, C9 bottom
When
lane,
I close my
63 stacks, or 53 stacks, sorry.
standing.
On the call left for Sven before he'll be able to cash in on that one, catch up a little bit on this small gold deficit down here that Jan has earned for himself on the Ezreal. 1.5 minutes until the next Drake spawns in this one. First was Mountain, second was Ocean.
This is a slow game.
Drakes will be out of the opportunity there.
C9 really don't want to mess up.
Lots of vision control down here in the bottom river right now.
I think Dom said, guys, stop taking fights and throwing the game.
Placed down around the Dragon Pit itself, mid-side brush, banana brush. Jan trying to get back now, though, has to use the Arcane Shift over the wall to make sure that Sven can't follow up with the damage after Vulcan got him slowed.
All right, continue to farm here. Trying to snipe a little bit. Getting the recall from Jan. See if he has his completion. Oh, just picking up some more resources, some more pots here to continue the kind of slow mid game. I mean, Shen always does this where having the block. Okay, there you go. He gets the full Trinity Force. Shen always kind of does that where he kind of slows it down a little because even when you have Sejuani already and Twisted Fate on your team, can definitely be a bit of a stopper to a lot of those plays you'll look for. And since everybody's holding on to their flashes still, it's not like there's a really good opening to punish. So see here with limited vision and information as well. Blabber coming right back out to open on the bottom side of the map, where Jose already currently resides.
Yep, Jose going to clear out some of that vision. CoreJJ next to him. Team Liquid again trying to control the neutral objectives. Remember, they've already got the first couple of them so far in this game. Teleport brings Quid right back into the mix as Blabber and APA are forced back a bit. Jose Dioto still just hanging around in the banana brush here. Just wants a little bit more damage onto Blabber as he tries to make his way back over here. Drake not started yet by either side. Bottom side river control still for Team Liquid. Morgan's going to take a recall. Yeah, he has his teleport if he needs to go back to top lane. He has his ulti if he needs to join the fight. And he just purchased Titanic Hydra, which is a big power spike there for him. So Team Liquid just going to take this dragon, make sure that they are continuing to stack those neutrals. Thanatos will cash in on some plates top side in the meantime.
Yeah, money, money, money here for Thanatos. See what they can get. Blabber also wants to take another blue away during that time. So it is going to be the 2 dragons and the 2 blue buff steals for C9.
You were really correct about the thing about Shen slowing the game down. This is by far our lowest action game
here we
so
go there.
far, but now Thanatos has APA and Blabber coming up to help him. They attack the Shen. They go for the dive. Thanatos, not quite enough damage. And Morgan in the 1v3
Dom left.
gets
Dom
out
left.
alive.
He went home.
The Shen, they go for the dive. Thanatos, not quite enough damage. And Morgan in the 1v3 gets out alive.
I don't want to watch this. Disgusting.
Flowers? That was a little wide.
Morgan stays alive.
Okay, so he was predicting a flash, I believe.
Well, I'm sure we'll have a replay.
Maybe we'll slow it down a little
in a moment, but
usually
right now,
when that happens, it's a flash prediction.
Hold on, Team Liquid's coming in. They want to try to get a punish on APA, who has hung around up here in the top lane. The gravity field thrown down, but the heal and the ghost from APA get him away from that before Quid is able to trap him nearby. Now, Jose Dioto is still waiting here in the brush. Team Liquid's going to get this wave shoved up, and they're just going to go for the dive here onto APA. Pop Blossom forces the flash of the Twisted Fate. And Team Liquid shows them how to get the 3v1 done. They make the dive happen. They get the extra kill. Vulcan forced to use Wild Growth defensively after the ulti reset there from the Nico. Now Yawn protected by the Stand United. Morgan shows up to make sure that Sven has to fully retreat.
Okay, he does retreat though, and he's going to live for now. Wave does get pushed in, but they should be able to recover from that.
How's it going?
Punch from Team Liquid on the top
For
side
that
after
awful
the
dive.
play from Cloud9.
What
And yeah,
the
it
fudge?
was a prediction ult from Blabber trying to predict the flash. And so that's what just makes even more important Morgan's sidestep. Morgan's able to sidestep both of them. He sidestepped both Thanatos and Blabber. And then still have his flash to be able to get out afterwards. So it's actually so sick. So here's again, look at this sidestep that he's going to do. So first he's going to block the gold card with the dodge. And then this sidestep there. Dodges out the Sejuani ult who was predicting. And then he's able to still have his flash dash to get out of range. Really nice from him.
The happiness of the TL fans as Lord Morgan gets his Survive the Dive award, as we do have a game once again on a knife's edge here in terms of gold. But it's the Team Liquid neutral objective control that remains at 100%. They got the Rift Herald as well. We'll see where Jose wants to drop that one. Down here in bottom lane, TL's getting the wave shoved up. CoreJJ and Jose Dioto have control over the jungle off to the side, which means Thanatos cannot afford to hang around here and try to defend this. At least C9 on the other side of the map will also use this opportunity for APA to push the tier 1 and get that one in trade.
Okay, Team Liquid getting bottom one, as you say. Trade of towers does go through, and this game much closer than previous Flowers, so the hope alive for Cloud9 in the series. They have a lot of work to do to claw their way back, but it starts with one game at a time.
Yep.
Herald being used by TL though, and this tower's already low, so they're gonna, if they can just finish this off, grab all of the outer towers and really open up the map for themselves, start to take over some of the jungle vision. Solid setup for TL, gonna get another charge as well.
Yeah, that's even more plate money going their way. Now Blabber trying to defend himself in the jungle, make sure he controls his wolves still, but Jose and Core roaming around as this jungle support duo trying to choke their opponents out of their own side of the map. As Thanatos, maybe the target? No, they don't want to full send on the Mbessa like that, not with the rest of C9 around and ready to reinforce. The next dragon spawning in under 60 seconds now. As C9 want to move forward, should be able to secure this Scuttle Crab. As Yon takes his retreat in the mid lane, low on mana here on the Ezreal. Not sure how much gold he has, but the tier is fully stacked. Whenever he buys the Mana Mune, it will evolve into the Muramana instantly, and that will be a massive power spike. Doesn't have the money for it just yet.
Certainly will. See if they are able to utilize that on the timer when it comes, but 30 seconds ahead of time right now. Dragon is going to arrive a little bit early, so push that timer up. Man, Jose on 2 items. Yeah, you were talking about how cheap like the Sejuani items are, so Sejuani can match, but I feel like this Nefiri shreds with the cleaver, Voltaic as well. Stack up your Conqueror, see if they can move in. Okay, they've already got early priority on the lane brush here. Core JJ sitting and waiting with the Nico, threatening the Nico plus Shen combo.
Okay, there's your Twisted Fate ulti. Morgan also going to arrive now into the bottom lane of the tier 1. To answer the wave being shoved up now. The rest of Team Liquid's got to be careful though. Hosdioto chunked down to 1/3 HP. C9 grouped up as 5. Control over the river belongs to them. They still have the Scuttle Crab for the next little bit. Hosdioto on the backs of the pit, still thinking about trying to steal this one away. Quid gets tagged there by the Arc of Ruin. Public execution, diving into the back line. Defensive pop loss of trying to keep the mid laner safe. Blabber taking a ton of damage, but the Protoplasm Harness keeps him alive. Both sides firing back and forth as Hosdioto jumps in. Morgan makes space. Jose steals the Drake. Nobody dead yet, but C9's on the run. Team Liquid managed to secure the objective and move to Soul Point.
Whew, how chaotic it was too. On the re-engage, they go for it. Jose gets back in. They do smite, and that's a very early 3 dragons for Team Liquid, setting up the super early soul in this game. Here's a look at the engage though. So they start out, get a little chunk there. Sven goes for a poke on Quid, and they get the gold card stun into Ambessa, but the Shen shield does keep Quid safe, and he's able to use Proto Belt to gain some space afterwards too. But look at Morgan. He called it out. Not only did he stop the engage, he doesn't quite get the top flash on his Sven. I think they actually would have been able to kill Sven for sure right there if he just had the tiny bit of extra range. But even still, not getting the range on the top flash onto Sven, they still are able to get the objective and push Cloud9 away.
Exactly. Now there's that pressure on C9. 4 minutes from now, you must win the next Drake. Otherwise, you're staring at an Infernal Soul Team Liquid. As Blabber does have the Summoner Spellbook Exhaust. APA forced to flash away. If he got caught by the Tangle Barbs there, he knew he was doomed. Hosdioto with that Hound's Pursuit would have been able to jump in right on top of him. Team Liquid again moving into the enemy jungle, trying to find the opportunity for picks, trying to catch Cloud9, lazily moving through unwarded areas, not establishing enough vision, but C9 stays safe enough for now. Twisted Fate losing that flash is even more painful when you still don't have rapid fire cannon, because you kind of need it sometimes to set up those gold cards. You can see he's got the slingshot in his inventory now, so he is working towards it now with the Lich Bane already completed alongside the Rod of Ages. So once they get there, again, I think that's when C9's going to have more of an opportunity to make some picks, try to make some plays. But that clock I mentioned, that was 4 minutes, it's 3 minutes now. And it's not going to slow down. It's not how time works.
It certainly isn't, especially if you're on Cloud9's side. You know, so much pressure right now. Backs against the walls. Elimination point here. MSI on the line.
Their first international in potentially 3 years. It has been so long. Remember, we talked about it back in Game 1. This team has gone to more internationals than any other North American team. 13 international appearances historically for C9. The second place is Team Liquid, tied with TSM at 10. So if C9 wins this game and the next 2, then they'll move up to 14. That much further in the lead. But if Team Liquid wins this game, That means that they then move past TSM, they break the tie, and they earn themselves that spot at MSI alongside Lion. They earn the opportunity to play Lion tomorrow in the grand finals for the title here in the Mullet Arena for the spring finals, as C9 just continuing to buy time, farm up, knowing that the Dragon Soul fight in 2 minutes is inevitable.
Just let that sink in. The weight of it. Jose, though, looking for a pick onto APA, and he's going to go.
Jumps in right after him, immediately gets gold carded. Wants to try to continue following, but no, APA gets away.
So they have, like you're saying, the timer here is a good time to like try and get some summoner spells. So Twisted Fate had the flash blown earlier, and so they're looking for it, see if they can get something else. The ultimates will come back in time for the dragon anyway, so might as well fish. Doesn't quite actually get the kill, get the money, but worth a shot.
He'll have the cooldown back in time for the dragon fight, so it's like, whatever, right? As long as you still have it when you need it. Level 15 for Morgan, not particularly close to level 16, so not the final level of the Stand United, probably when this fight happens. Bottom lane, you do have that Muramana now completed for Jan. Sven has the Fiend Hunter bolts. This is the item that works so good with champions, with 80 carries who are ultimate reliant. This is your chance. If you pop that Transcendence at the right time, you can pretty much insta-give somebody. But Sven is going to have to do that DPS that the hyper carry is drafted for if they want to win this next team fight.
Okay, Twisted Fate comes down as well, joining for the Dragon. So Team Liquid, they're going to keep Shen split pushing up on the top side, ready with the ultimate, while the rest of the team hovering in river, buying some time. And we're still 30 seconds ahead of their rival of the Dragon, but they want the vision first.
The TP is already coming in there from Morgan. He arrives with the big shield. No rapid fire cannon still for APA. As Team Liquid takes control over the Dragon Pit area, but critically it is C9 with that Scuttle Crab they already secured, giving them that unmovable vision over the small circle. Flabber, the HP bar slowly being chipped away, down to about 100 here as he continues taking damage from the Darken Dagger bleed. Jan fires the Mystic Shot over the wall, hits a target, knows somebody is there. TL gonna send Morgan over. The shield has worn away now from the Empowered Teleport. Thanatos gonna be spotted, forced to move away. Nice stun coming out from APA. They find a target. Core is taken low, but the Stand United keeps him alive. C9 nearly finding a pick. They get it down to 5%, but it's not enough. Now, let's see if we can get anything else out of this Twisted Fate ultimate. C9 continuing to try to fight forward. They don't want to let TL away with this, not with their support at 5%. TL continuing to try to push C9 back. Thanatos and APA trapped in the pit now. Here on the front line, Morgan gets a taunt. Thanatos with a flash away, he's staying alive. Thanatos gets out, still trying to escape, but Quid gets the kill. Team Liquid has found one. They've taken the Infernal Soul. Quid continuing the chase as Sven has to kite away. And yet again, it's Team Liquid with the team fight.
There's just so much damage.
Cloud9, I mean, they force Core J all the way back to base, and yet still Team Liquid stick around. They take the fight 4v5, while Cloud9 are trying to damage the Dragon, and Flowers, they take the Soul. Huge, huge bonus here for Team Liquid. Again, you see there, Core J has to go back to base. His health bar had been depleted even though he lived. And so Morgan and Jose, they just walk right up. Morgan doing so much here, gains a lot of space. They focus in onto Thanatos. Jose hits him with the ultimate. They push them out. Meanwhile, Quid had been zoning out the bottom lane and is still there to close the door, finish off the kill onto Thanatos. The victor, just this powerhouse of a wall on the outside. And TL win the fight, 4v5, take the Dragon Soul as their reward.
In a game that the gold has been about 1,000 apart the entire time, the value of a Dragon Soul is so massive for tipping the scales in the favor of Team Liquid. But now we've got 26 minutes on the clock. No Elder Dragon to spawn for another 5 minutes from now. Baron is the big thing that should be on everyone's minds, and Team Liquid are starting to establish ward lines.
All right, Cloud9. Hope is dwindling for them. Games 1 and 2 handled by Team Liquid so steadily. And game number 3 already with the Dragon Soul on top of the gold lead, very confidently setting up the vision control around Baron. and just keep your Shen on bottom side. He's going to have his Stand United soon. He's going to have his teleport soon as well. So they're going to have all the options in the world for Team Liquid. Blabber had been hovering on the side lane here, but honestly, Morgan's been playing it pretty well. Doesn't really overextend when unnecessary. Doesn't really open himself up as a possible counterplay. And since Blabber's on the bottom side of the map, Team Liquid, they're actually going for this just to start it out with Jose himself. Look at that, Nefiri versus Baron, just Nefiri and his own pet.
It's Nefiri and the puppies versus the big purple worm. The ward thrown into the brush there by Morgan. Spots Blabber and Thanatos. Since the jungler and the top laner's down here. But remember, Blabber has the unsealed spellbook. He's going to make a teleport into his own jungle to try to move in and maybe steal this away. It's too little. It's too late. It's Baron for Team Liquid.
Well, Flowers, you get that feeling. TL are collecting everything on the map in game number 3 here. They are looking to sweep Cloud9 out of Arizona, out of playoffs.
Out of MSI, out of everything until Summer Split starts. Twisted Fate ulti going to be popped again just to see what TL is up to. And now they will continue pushing forward with their Baron here for the next 2.5 minutes. It's going to give them control over the Rift all the way up until the Elder Dragon spawns. Hosbioto targeted but immediately call the pack to dodge away from that public execution. A lot of damage from Quid, finds its way onto Blabber as Hosbioto jumps in with the bomb blossom from Core JJ to guarantee 2 kills.
C9 lost 6 games straight. C9 Deadass lost this game straight.
And now that they've got a tank full of gas, it's pedal to the metal. 5v3 for the next 20 seconds as they force their way into the base.
They're going to do it, Flowers. Team Liquid moving in to finish it.
C9 trying to defend here. A stun onto Quid. They take him low, but they can't take him down. The shield from the power siphon enough to keep him going. First Nexus turret already removed. C9 trying to stop it. Finally get the respawn there with the Vulcan. APA staying alive for now. Blabber here on the front line has to Arctic Assault back the other way.
Hit the Nexus!
But the Nexus turrets are
gone.
they
choked.
A nice stun comes out from the Glacial Prison. Still nobody dead on the Team Liquid side. Quid trying to fire
Oh my gosh, Morgan.
Hit
the Nexus!
The Nexus is down! Team Liquid is going to MSI! Team Liquid is going to the finals!
Wow, C9, you're going to see immediate changes.
Huge stuff for Team Liquid. They have regained their form at the correct time here, taking down FlyQuest, now taking down Cloud9, and marching their way towards a rematch with Lion. This
I'm excited, man.
It will be
That's tomorrow.
in the finals.
Team Liquid looking fierce, activating in playoffs when they need to most, starting to make those rumors about the TL Super Team feel real, showing what they're made of. Everybody on the team getting it done in this one.
Thanks.
The third game much slower than the first 2, but they got what they needed. They trusted Jose for those smite secures. They trusted Morgan to keep people alive with the Stand United. And then at the very end,
insane,
as soon as they find the play, the game, the series, and Cloud9 split.
Team Liquid. Was that there before and I just missed it?
Looking very good here. Quid back in
4 hours.
What everyone was looking towards in the off-season, the most sought-after pickup. They're able to get him in.
4 hours.
He's delivering now.
Can we beat KCD 2 in 4 hours? I think we can. I really want to beat this game, man. I think we're like so close to beating it too. Let's beat this today. What do I not need here? What is the? Why are there 3 of these? I just wanted to tab out. You don't have to show everything. Jeez. I wanna close my eye. I don't want to get my fudging files open. Alright, let's beat this game. He said something about tomorrow. That's the castle we see.
Nice work! Nice work indeed. You saved the peasants but sent your own men to the slaughter. You like to keep your hands clean, but war is a nasty business. So who are you going to sacrifice for your conscience next? Your little Jew brother? Cape on? Yourself? You play the game, but you don't understand the rules. And in the end, you'll lose. You learned nothing. You understood nothing. And yet I tried so hard. And yet we share the same fate. Lord! My family was slain too, by the Turks. I felt just like you do. And Eric went through the same thing. That's why I took him in. We're one big family. Of orphans. Well, of course you do have a father. Although he's not gone so far as to give you his name.
Okay.
Do you need something, Henry?
Von Berghoff.
Greetings, sir.
You were 100% not our ally. I don't know why you're here. Just go, what day is it?
What are you prowling around here for? Look out!
It's still tomorrow? I don't remember.
Is von Bergov's interrogation starting soon?
Not yet. We need to fix ourselves.
Still tomorrow. But I want some of that. I'm gonna piss really bad, actually. What? I am in such dull. Get out of my way. I am in Suchdal. Where is everyone?
Look out!
Yo. Finally.
You don't belong here.
Shut up.
Look out!
I want to beat this game so badly. Finally.
Is von Bergov's interrogation starting soon?
You came at the right time. We're just about to deal with him. And you can join in.
Welcome to Suchdal, Lord von Bergov. Despite the circumstances that brought you here.
It is an honor, Peter. Compared to what I had to endure from Zizka and Kunstadt, your good manners are a welcome change.
I'll do my best to make your, involuntary stay no more inconvenient than it has to be.
Aren't you being a bit too welcoming, Sir Peter?
Why are you
Just
here?
what I was thinking. Fuck that bollocks. He's a captive, not some busty wench. He's only alive to squeal what he knows. It'd be quicker if I just beat it out of him.
Just a beating? What about breaking a finger or two? Or singeing the soles of his feet? You yourself forced me and Capon to do similar things when you brought that captive to Trotsky.
Forced you? Come off it, boy. Should I tell the gentleman here what actually happened?
You just keep your fucking gob shut until someone asks you to squeal.
Instead of these pathetic threats, why do you not make me an offer? You do know that I am...
Shut your trap, Otto. Right now you're nothing. You lost most of your men at Rabos, and the rest croaked when we took Malashov. So what do you have left? A nice coat? And a smug face?
Do you really think Sigismund made me his chamberlain because of my soldiers? Or to have someone to take care of the running of conquered fortresses?
Shut up, damn it! We're asking the questions.
Really? Then why have I not heard a single one yet? And what a shame that is. I am a pragmatic man, and I'm sure we can work something out. But lay a hand on me, and you will not hear a single word.
He's right. Apart from von Aulivs, he's Sigismund's closest man. He knows everything about him and his plans. We should try it the peaceful way first.
You're buying that? He talks just like Jobst. When he gets here, they can yap till doomsday for all I care. But now we just don't have the time.
Jobst wants to come back here. After he got away from us by the skin of his teeth?
Well, he has to show Sigismund our army up close.
So it's true. I couldn't believe the Margrave had finally made a move. I thought he would never march into battle.
See? Fortune is turning her back on you people. A pragmatic man like you ought to recognize an opportunity. If you help us, the Margrave will remember you for it. And will also let bygones be bygones.
You're getting ahead of yourself a bit, boy. The crown is still firmly on Sigismund's head, and Jobst won't find it easy to wrest it of him. Although, I expect you people have no idea of the situation Sigismund is in right now.
Oh. What situation is he in, then?
In the shit, Lord Trotsnov. In the shit. So, a sensible person should seize every opportunity that presents itself. And I am eminently sensible. Lord Capon.
Yes?
When you came to Trotsky, you were carrying a message with an offer of an alliance from Lords Hanush and Radzik, were you not?
Exactly.
I think it is time I gave you my answer.
Why do I even have to say anything? I don't have to say.
A wise decision, sir.
But suspicious. Why the sudden change of heart?
You think I'm some villain, don't you? But I've only ever wanted what is best, believe me. What is best for this country, for my loyal supporters, and, naturally, for myself. And I'm not ashamed of that. And it appears that Sigismund is no longer what is best. He's in trouble, both here and in Hungary.
It's so bad.
The army is not getting paid, morale is poor, and the Kuttenbeck miners are rebelling. So the crown is running out of silver.
I see. The butcher's on his way, so you want to flee the pigsty, eh?
Naturally. And together we can even set fire to this pigsty, as you put it. If you want my advice.
I'm all ears, sir.
The last straw Sigismund is grasping is the royal treasury at the Italian court. If he were to lose his silver, he wouldn't be able to pay his soldiers and would have to withdraw to Hungary.
We're supposed to rob the Italian court.
The most secure place in the town?
Easy.
Of course. And while you're there, you can also free the lords captured at Raborz.
My father.
Lord Pisek, as the former mint master, you must surely know of some way to sneak in.
There is no way. The court's an impregnable fortress.
Impregnable.
What about tunneling in?
Or I said that about the woman.
There are hundreds of tunnels beneath the city. And if I'm not mistaken, one of them runs beneath the court.
That's total madness.
There
might be some passageway leading
so
there.
bad.
But no one knows those old tunnels now. Besides, they might collapse at any time. One could easily come to a bad end there.
But that can also happen when you try to mount a horse drunk. What's with this tunnel?
There's a whole labyrinth of tunnels under the city. You'd have to dig from inside the treasury to find the one you want. And where they all lead to?
Yeah, I'm gonna piss and sleep.
God alone knows.
God and me.
Oh, pardon me, milady, but how would you know?
Not all young noble women devote their days to embroidery, Sir Peter. I look after Father's documents, and I know all about the plans of the passageways beneath our palace. St. James's Church owes its existence in part to the generous donations of the Rutards. So in the past we had and St. James's is right next to the Italian...
A handy escape route from the palace?
In short, you can theoretically walk directly from Rutard...
Sure. That is...
By Christ.
That sounds almost too good. With a bit of luck, we'll get...
What do you think?
So we need someone who can
I
help us
pissed so bad. I don't care.
Most importantly, he's got them, but I wouldn't advise you to...
Nor would I.
Christian, I'm afraid
there is...
Oh?
Perhaps you have heard...
Who?
The very...
What the fuck are you talking...
Well then.
What's that got...
Where would he be received except at the Italian court,
along
with his entourage? No one knows them. No one...
Well, bugger me.
What? What do you...
Why not?
Fuck.
Jesus. Get a grip, fellas. Do you
What'd
want
he
to
say?
burn in hell?
What'd he say?
Calm down. We'll just lock the Pope's lackey up for a bit, and once
The
we've got
Pope's
silver,
lackey?
we'll
What
let
is a
him go
Pope's
again.
lackey? A cardinal?
St. Joseph, cover thy ears.
Where will we find that legate?
He's staying in Loretz, at the vineyard. He's got the use of the whole place for himself and his escort.
Good. We'll send Catherine there.
And then we'll burst in there and cause a bit...
Gentlemen, the legate is a man of the cloth, like me. I know I could explain to him what we need.
He'll tell us to kiss his ass.
Sir Hinek.
It's true. None of us would be very convincing as an Italian cardinal. It'd be...
What if the legate...
I can always beat him up. Like, God...
Hold on.
Nobody's asked. We'll work on the legate, so here...
Why'd it have to be the
What do we
longest
do with the
dialogue when I
legate's
need to
real
piss?
retinue?
Lock them...
A couple more peculiar...
Alright. Let's say we get inside.
That's why we mustn't let him out of our sight. Godwin.
Me?
You said you spoke...
May God...
Meanwhile, the rest of us will have to deal...
That's damn...
No one will be expecting us. As long as we don't make...
Alright.
Agreed then. Henry, you go to the most important. Then wait for us.
I need a
And how are
key.
you going to get inside? The palace will be closed. I don't expect.
That's true, Millie.
There's not only a passageway to the church.
No offense.
She's coming.
Do you want to get into the?
All right, and no door.
That's that.
Oh my gosh, thank God. Oh my gosh, I got to piss so bad. Alright, I'll be back for LCK.